Am I on video?
We are audio live. Okay, everybody, welcome back to the next episode of The City Beneath. We are down a player. Warden is not able to join us today. He will be NPC'd by the team. We will try not to get him killed. Maybe try. I don't know. Maybe not. Let's see. Let's pick somebody at random. Gaz, you can sum up for what happened last session.
All right, Brian. Well, I think as Jamie was just saying before, there was a lot of zombies involved. I do remember that. I do remember there was copious fireballs from me, which was very entertaining. I enjoyed that a lot. I'm pretty sure Alwyn didn't shoot anyone in the back with an arrow.
No.
Or did he? No? Yeah, okay. So that's any day like that is a good day.
There was a few times where we were worried that it was going to happen, but it didn't eventuate.
Yeah. Well, we're always a little bit worried, but
yeah,
just like low key worried. So yeah, and then what happened then? So we moved on after a couple of hordes of zombies, and we moved on to the inn, I think, and then there were a few more zombies and also some of those wraith dudes that were a little bit scarier than the zombies, but we took them out as well, and then we made it into the inn, I think, and there was a bunch of people in the inn, some of which were, I thought, not particularly appreciative of the efforts that we'd made to clear the surrounding area of the undead. And I think that's about where we got up to, wasn't it, Ryan?
Yeah. I will remind certain members of the party that they are now cursed.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, we got some swords from the wraiths, didn't we?
Certain members, a certain person with sticky fingers who's now cursed.
I'd like to remind the DM that a certain character was offered to take one of the swords, and he went, "Ooh, no, yuck! I don't want that."
That's gonna be like picky.
And then Zara steps in and goes, "I'll have it."
Come on. This game is playing silly buggers.
Something's happening.
Yeah, you don't need to see that. Or that. I have to
I
do...
can't see anything. It's all black.
Yeah, that's good.
We're seeing black screens, so hang on, let me go to the Twitch feed. Maybe there's something more there.
No, it's black on the Twitch feed too. The Twitch feed only sees what you see now.
That's no fun at all. How are we supposed to cheat?
Have we confirmed that audio is going out to the Twitch feed?
It should be. I'm getting all my audio... I don't know what you mean by that spiritualist comment, Matthew. That's...
It's not like we've ever forgotten that before.
That's hurtful. But yeah, it should be because I've got all the audio indicators. I wonder if we have anyone in our chat. Doesn't look like we've got anyone in our chat. Oh well. One day we'll be internet famous. What was I say? Yeah, we've had 65 views of the first episode on YouTube, guys. I don't want to alarm anyone.
Wow.
But Comic-Con could be in our future.
Does that mean we're never going to play at a table again?
I think the key to it is, Brian, we're going to have to get the TikToks in on it.
The TikToks, yeah. And the Vines. The kids are all about the Vines, right?
Does that mean I have to install it?
What's the new Google has just come out with a TikTok competitor?
I think Google always comes out about 3 months too late with a social networking app that nobody ever uses.
Yeah, they're definitely like the parents of trying to be cool.
Yeah.
Hello, fellow youths. Let's drink a marijuana. Okay. Let's get into
the new Google was Edge.
Hey, Hey, uncalled for. All right, let's get into it. So you guys have come bursting in to this tavern, and Castellan has come up to the bar and sort of demanded a drink, and that somebody else pay for it.
No, I took his drink when the bartender was
That's
passing
right.
it over to him. I took his drink and then I drank it.
You,
And then he said, "What did he told me a filthy moon elf or something?"
yeah, filthy
And
moon elf.
yeah, I thought I'd retcon it slightly because I remember there's this quote, this classic quote from Churchill where he was at a party and this woman says to him, you know, "Winston, you're drunk," and he's like, "Well, that may be, my good woman, but in the morning I shall be sober, and you shall still be ugly." So I thought I'd kind of go that vibe, and so when he calls me a filthy moon elf, I'll be like, "Well, that may be, but I can fix that with my spells, and I do my prestidigitation to clean myself." And I say, "But you, sir, will still be boorish."
So this guy is he's quite obviously drunk, and he is like he's not having a bar of pretty much any of you. He's he's obviously just ugh. Why are we here? I don't want to be here. And sort of just turns around and tries to ignore you all.
I pick him up and throw him out the front door because he doesn't want to be here. Nah, don't do that.
I was about to say, okay, didn't see this happening. Everybody roll initiative.
No.
So Tobin wants to go up to him, put a hand like on his shoulder, but only takes up like half of the actual shoulder with his hand.
Yeah.
He goes, "Hi, friend. How you doing? Looks like my friend took your beer. You want me to buy you one?" Like, and really up in his face, like not aware of the social norms. Trying to be his friend in earnest. But yeah, really up in his grill and very
He recoils from you and he's like, "Get away from me, you dirty forest beast!" And it's like, you know, and like stumbles backwards, and then you see the three halflings that are sort of spaced around the room. One of them is for some reason on the wrong layer. GM layer, is that where I put them? That's where I put them. Token layer.
Oh.
There we are. That one was invisible all the time.
Wow.
Oh yeah, so I go up to him.
Yeah, and so you see, like when you move towards him, you see these three halflings sort of move in, and you, Tolbin, without even thinking about it, notice that they're moving like a pack of wolves might move. Why are the two dragonborn? The orc and the dragonborn here just sort of laugh and continue. Say again?
Still two Dragonborn, just FYI.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, I can't do anything about the other one.
You can.
No, I guess I
You
could.
probably could, you know.
Yeah, so this dragonborn and the green orc just sort of laugh and are sort of
They were like the security, weren't they? They had a brief word to us.
no. So this has all happened within about maybe 30 to 40 seconds of you walking in the door, right? At this point, you're a couple of minutes in, so you've got the attention of the halflings, but the dragonborn and the orc are very, very much looking out the window. They are, they're worried about what's happening outside.
Okay.
So the bartender, Brian, and who is it that's serving the drinks? There's a waitress or something. Is that right?
So there's a waitress here. There is a bartender here, and you briefly saw somebody sort of stick their head out and then go back into the kitchen.
So I asked the bartender, how long have you been stuck here?
He looks at you and so this guy's a moon elf, but he is not a city moon elf. He's not from the city. You can sort of tell that.
In our language, then.
Oh no, your language, the language of the city is Elvish, so he understands you, but he just talks to you like you were somebody, not like just another person. He doesn't show any deference due to your alleged nobility. He sort of says, well, it was about nearly 2 weeks ago that we had someone dead, and then it's gotten steadily worse, and then there's the noises.
Is the tavern secure, or have the undead been getting in?
No, we've been able to keep the tavern secure. It was only in the last 2 days that things got terrible. Those after this lot, and he indicates the people in the room other than you arrived. The whites showed up, and we had to lock the doors, and a few of the people and the tinker from the market, well, they were killed, I think.
Is there anyone upstairs?
You don't know.
No, that was a question.
I have more guests, yes.
So you guys seem remarkably calm for people who've been trapped in an inn for a couple of days.
Well, there was panic, but then what else could I do?
I see.
If you have a solution, sir, I'd be glad to hear it. We've food enough in here now for a couple of weeks.
So, okay.
So I heard zombies from like miles away the previous night, didn't I? Or like in another direction.
Yeah, you heard them from the north and west. And you've been steadily encountering them as you travel north.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking if this tavern is relatively secure, I think we could all do with the rest, because I'm like out of all of my shit.
Very good point.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there a safe place for us to rest? Good, sir.
My rooms now are bought and paid for, but you can sleep here in the common room if you want.
Alright, well, I say that we handle this as a not entirely secure situation, because I don't have to leave with it. Why don't we just do like a similar thing to what we do when we're on the road and someone keep watch?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm cool with that.
So it's only late in the afternoon. There's not much in terms of like the room won't be, nobody be sleeping in this room for hours yet to come.
Yeah.
I'm interested to find out more about the relationships between these people. I take it halflings and the boorish drunk dude are somehow together.
Do you want to make for me a perception check?
I shall do that.
Rolleth the virtual dice.
That was not a good roll.
What did you get?
I got a 6.
A 6. So it's a uniform. All of the guards are wearing a uniform, but you can't tell what sort of uniform. Like, the uniform looks like it's the same. So the 3 halflings and the orc and the dragonborn are all wearing the same uniform.
I'm gonna go sit down over here. And
Yep. If
Just,
this guy's recoiling, I'm gonna join.
Ditto. And I'm
these guys-
opening my senses to the room as I move.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that mechanically?
Mechanically, I just sent it to the chat. Divine Sense.
Okay, all right, one sec.
I'll use one of those for the day. So the
Divine
presence
Sense,
of strong
presence
evil
of strong
registers
evil
on my
registers.
senses.
You don't sense anything like strong evil. Nothing celestial, fiend, or undead, or in the case of this world, nothing celestial, fey, or undead within 60 feet of you at all.
Would a hidden strong necromancer or something in the room also register, or that's not a thing? I suspect someone in here is responsible for these zombie attacks, so I'm trying to single them out.
So, you don't sense anything like a strong necromantic presence. There is the sense of arcane magic,
Okay.
but in the area. But that could be the zombies you fought outside.
Yeah. Alright, well, that probably puts Rogar a bit at ease as he walks over to the table. And I'll order some food, because this guy said we got 2 weeks' food, and I'm going to see. I take that as a challenge.
Of course you do.
We'll head over to this other Dragonborn dude and ask him, so why are you all guarding this boorish idiot?
So the Dragonborn is a silver Dragonborn. It's a female, and she looks at you and sort of immediately sort of takes you in, and you feel like you've been assessed and then dismissed as a threat. And she looks at you and she says, "It must be terrible for you not to have people bowing and scraping. What is a noble of the city doing outside of it?"
I say, well, I've gotten quite used to it over the years, really. But what we do here, I suppose, isn't really particularly interesting.
And then
What you're doing here is more interesting.
she says, "Well, I'm doing my job. Why do you want to know?"
I was just curious to know.
Who in fact, who are you to ask these questions? What do you know? Tell me of the road to the city. Is it clear?
Well, it's clear where we've come through because we kill everyone.
Maybe you should say everything. Everyone.
No, I just say everyone.
She smiles and seems amused by your bravado. And she looks over at Rogar and she says, "Who's the copper skin?"
I can't hear this, obviously, again.
You are not that far away.
Probably at 20, 25 feet.
Yeah, I mean, 15 feet away. They're not whispering, so you can hear the sort of but you can't make out individual words unless you're trying to.
I look over at Rogar and I say, well, here's my trusty shield. And look at him.
I
Rogar,
glance over in your direction, raise an eyebrow as
Yeah,
I hoe into some food.
yeah, Rogar. As you look over, the pair of them turn and consider you for a moment, and then go back to talking to each other. We are guards for the Herald, and that is all I can share with you unless she chooses to share more.
But she said, unless she chooses to share more. So we're not referring to the dickhead drunk food.
And they so the Dragonborn says no. They are voices of Sky Overseas and not the Herald of Sky Overseas. Zar, go into your settings and choose something other than the microphone that you should be working, and then go back to the microphone that should be working.
I've done that numerous times.
Oh,
Oh, hey!
Hey!
It's just
That worked.
We can hear
You're
you.
really quiet, but
It's very
yeah.
quiet. You might want to move that microphone a bit closer.
Just move your mic closer to your face.
It's right in
The
front
big
of me.
face hole.
The big face.
Okay,
on.
so-
Yeah, we got you. We got you. I'll just turn you up a little bit in Discord, which is over here maybe. Oh, Discord. Zar, user volume all the way up. All right, speak for me. That'll work. Okay, so yeah, she says no. Voices of Sky Overseas is not the leader of this party.
Who dat?
To know.
I'm not there.
I guess I'll head over to the other guys and food as well.
Okay. Well, I mean, they'll come and take the server will come and take your order. Will introduce herself. Sorry. As Ludianka. And Ludianka will take your order, and you know it's going to be about a gold to get everyone fed and watered. Is there anything that you guys want to be doing during this time?
Go over to like the bartender as well and to say, like, you guys have been stuck here for a while. If you happy to sing some songs and stuff to maybe keep morale up a little bit.
A bard is always welcome. If you play for us tonight, I can kick the waitress out of her room, and you can sleep in her room tonight. The waitress sort of hears this and looks over at you anxiously.
What about food instead of that?
Yeah, I'd appreciate maybe just food myself in the party instead of that. I'm happy to sleep with my comrades.
Certainly. We have... we're cooking a pig. We weren't going to kill the pig, but there was no point in leaving it outside for the zombies to kill and eat. So we're cooking a pig. There should be a roast in about an hour or two.
Nice.
So I pop over to the side here and there and play.
Okay. Is there anything else anybody wants to do? Performance 18. You give a pretty good performance. It's not the best thing that you've ever done, but it's certainly better than. It's certainly as good or better than what would have been heard in this tavern before.
Who is that guy again? That's an orc, isn't it?
It is. It's a green orc.
We should kill him orcs for evil, right?
No. Well, they can be.
Remember.
The last one you met was evil.
That's true.
Why don't you talk to him about it?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe not.
Go over here and speak Orcish to him, and find out like how he came to be in the inn.
He returns to you and deliberately speaks in common, and says, "Your friend has just spoken to Magnol. We're guards for the Herald of Skies Overseas."
How does an orc become a guard of the Seers of the Skies?
I don't know who that is.
Sorry.
And as he's about to respond, somebody walks down the stairs. I think you should see them on your map now.
Yep. She was there a little while ago. Yep.
She is a absolutely it's a human of somewhere in their 30s, 40s maybe, and just absolutely beautiful. Just like even if you're not human, you find her to be enchanting and charismatic just looking at her. She comes down and all of the guards sort of stand to attention and clap their hand over hearts, and this halfling sort of comes over and whispers to her, and points over to this guy over here, and then goes back to their post on the door. She walks up and she says, "Hello, guests. Fabulous. I heard the battle outside and I came down. Thank you. We have been trapped in here for days because of the whites. My guards, of course, could have fought them, but we have such a long journey and we didn't want to risk any deaths because we may not have made our way to the city. Have you come from the city?"
Yeah, we did. We did come from the city. And why didn't the whites come in here? Why was they only outside?
And she said, "I have some small talent in the divine, and I was able to ward this place from their entry."
Are you headed towards the city?
Sorry, did you say why?
Yeah.
I'm sure you can understand, traveller, that our business is our own, but I would be keen to hear. The last we heard, the Duke was in ill health. Is that still true?
Seems like it's been true for a long time now.
And so the election hasn't been called?
Hadn't when we left.
Good. Well, I think I shall have my repast and speak to my colleague. Please, if you... I'm available to speak to you. I'd be keen to hear the details of the road. Thank you. And so,
Same for us. Where have you travelled from?
and she says, "We are from Greenhaven. It's a small city in the Dragonholt, and our Lord has sent us to speak to the Duke. That is probably more than I should say."
Being that you've come from that way, is the road clear that way?
We did not come by road. We came by airship.
Ah,
Where is your airship now?
Headed back to the Dragonholtz, I would imagine.
And the airship landed here.
The
Or
airship
nearby.
the airship landed nearby. I forgot
There
the
is a
name.
tower nearby.
Yes, there is a tower at Far Reaching.
Far-reaching, of course.
We were due to travel by river, but none of the boats were here, and were advised by the Duke's garrison there to travel to the inn and then south along the Duke's Road. It has been somewhat of a perilous journey. All through the hills, we were beset by zombies and other forms of undead. This is not something we see very often, if at all, in the Dragonholtz.
This was between here and Far-reaching, to the north.
Far-reaching, she sort of laughs.
Is it north?
And far-reaching, she sort of laughs and says, "Ah, you jest. Try to trick me out, perhaps. Far-reaching is, due west of here."
Is it? Oh, I don't know. I haven't got a map in front of me.
It
It says
is.
Jamie, not Rogar. I have no idea. Yeah, okay, I thought we were...
If only you had a kindly DM that went to the trouble of printing out maps and giving you all a copy.
I know. That would have been handy.
I have that somewhere.
But now we're playing online, so we don't use bits of paper, right?
Anyway, I work and I struggle and I...
So between here and Far-reaching, the whole way you were beset by undead.
No, once we got into... It was fine, and the garrison captain was quite right. Travelling via the road west travelling by the road east was quite fast. But then when we got into the hills, there were undead everywhere.
Right. So would you say that...
And just as you start to speak again, you hear a loud cocoon, and the noise appears to be coming from the north and west of you.
I ask, is that a noise you guys hear regularly, like since you've been here?
She says, yes, yeah. This is. We notice that we hear that noise and then shortly encounter undead.
Okay. Well, I was going to pull a map out and ask her where she first encountered undead, and then try and pinpoint where we first encountered undead, and see if I could then triangulate a source of the undead. But I think the noise just gave us the source. So that's pointless now.
So I'll pull up a map for you.
Oh, it's probably not pointless. Like, I still pull out a map and say, we first came across undead here. Where did you first come across them?
So here is the map. We might actually zoom in a bit. So far-reaching is here.
Oh, right, yep.
Yeah, and that's where their airship left them. And they travelled... And she's saying that she started encountering the undead here.
Yeah, so in the hills.
And whereabouts did the noise just come from?
The noise came from this sort of deck.
So it'd be the Black Spire, we think.
Yeah,
Which,
north and west. That sort of deck. This sort of.
Yeah, okay. Oh, and it is big, black, and ominous looking, so, you know.
What do we know about this Black Spire place?
Yeah. History?
History check?
Yeah, history check will work.
Oh god, why did I suggest that? It's based on intelligence. It's not bad.
Remember, as much as hard.
So you're not on this map. I just have to. I can't scroll through the maps anymore. I have to like drop you on a map. Ugh. Upstairs the inn. You haven't been upstairs yet. Okay.
You didn't need to tell us what that was. You could have just left it alone.
I don't want to go upstairs. There's roast coming.
Okay. So what sort of rolls did people get? So let me
I've
see.
just realised I'm not proficient in history, Ryan. So does that mean
Neither
I
am
shouldn't?
No,
no.
You can roll. You can roll. This isn't a skill check. So there are proficiency checks and there are skill checks. Let's split it that way. Like if you're trying to fix the wheel on a cart, like you need to be proficient in a skill that is relevant to that. You can't have like you need to have been trained in it. You can't have picked up a book or listened to someone talking or whatever. But
Or, it must have a lot of duct tape.
or have a lot of duct tape, yeah. You can still try and do it, but you'll have to do it at disadvantage. If you're just trying to remember something, anyone can try and remember something. Okay, so history 14, 9. Alright, so Zar and Rogar, you remember that the Dark Spire is supposed to be a it was supposed to have been used in a war previous, and back when whoever was living in the city was trying to found an empire, the Dark Spire was the upper reaches of its northern border, and something happened. It's sort of lost to history as to what, but as a result, the spire is falling apart. Nothing grows or lives around it. It's pretty much like it is comic book villain lair, but the thing about it is that it's in the middle of nowhere, so it's not really any good for anything.
Definitely undead, it seems.
Yeah, it's not good for anything. That's the reason why nobody lives there anymore, is because there's no reason to be there. Bandits try and live up there, and nobody really cares because there's nothing around to be a bandit for. So it's just been disused for as long as anyone can remember. Tolbin, you don't have to remember because on your way south, you actually walked past it. And you think that maybe you saw some activity in it, but you looked at it and went, "It's a bad idea. I'm not going anywhere near that thing."
That's on brand.
Yeah. You went, "Nope, nope, nope, nope." If this was in the forest, that would be a big cave where something nasty lived, and I don't need to go and poke something nasty. So that's what you.
Corbin has discovered that poking things we're not supposed to is what we do.
Because last time I walked past it, I didn't want to poke it. But let's go poke it.
Yeah, so that's what you recall.
Right.
How often does that sound happen? I asked the lady.
I haven't been able to. The Herald. She says, "Oh, I have no idea." She looks over to one of the halflings and says, "Lanthor, how have you been keeping an eye or counting the noises?" And the halfling turns around, and you realise now that it's a female halfling, and she says, "No, Herald. We did, but we weren't able to discern a pattern. after 2 or 3 days, so we stopped counting.
How many times has it happened in the last 3 days you've been here or whatever?
So it can happen as many as 3 times a day, or we heard it only once in a day. There doesn't seem to be a pattern.
Okay.
Other than
it's not as disconcerting as every 5 minutes, for example. So that's good.
no. However, after we hear the noise, we do encounter undead. We've also encountered undead. Sometimes immediately, and sometimes sometimes not for hours, or until later that afternoon. But we do know. We also have seen undead that seem to have collapsed and died on their own. It's been very strange.
Okay. And now I say to everyone else at the table that if they're appearing almost immediately near the end after that sound happens, that sound's got nothing to do with Black Spire. That's way too far away. Or it's got one hell of a range and it's like teleporting undead at this inn, which seems strange.
Or the period between when it's happening is there's like a staggered approach. There's already some on the way.
Yeah,
Maybe,
like the ones that we're staging now could be ones from 3 booms ago.
I think the only course of action really is to head towards that sound and try and find its source. You guys probably just want to leave it, right?
Well, I would like to know.
Need to have a rest.
That would be the best, but
Heal
yeah,
up.
I would say head off tomorrow.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm
first
going
night
for a rest.
we head out and try and stop this undead scourge.
So I'm down with that after a rest.
you want more fireballs, don't you, Cassell?
I do.
Understood.
Yeah, I think
I,
that
I want you
this
to have
is
more
a safe
fireballs
place
too.
we
If we're
should
going to
hold
go up
up.
against lots of zombies.
So unless you guys have anything in particular you want to do or say,
Can I just cast a detect thoughts and just use it as a thing to see kind of like how many people might be staying upstairs?
send the spell card to chat.
Oh my god.
Everybody.
The bottom part, you can also use this spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see.
Yep. I just want to see. I just want to see if the people you affect are aware of you doing it.
I don't believe so. Not unless I
Yeah, I think it was something to do with if you probe deep a bit, because I
Yeah.
remember reading this spell for myself, and I think it was.
only if I
the
probe
impression I
deep.
got was that, yeah, only if you probed deeper did they actually have a
So-
chance of noticing.
I have to be very careful here. What are you using the spell to do?
I just want to use the spell to basically detect the presence of creatures that I can't see, so I can get get an idea of how many people are there.
So it seems like you have to maybe direct the spell. Where are you directing the spell?
Upstairs,
Okay.
roughly the layout.
Yep.
And you can concentrate on it for a minute, up to a minute,
Yeah,
so maybe
up to a
do a
minute,
lap
so
of the room
I
while
want to basically
concentrating
do.
on you.
Yeah, I basically want to do a lap of upstairs, counting creatures, but then also just a general sort of surface thoughts of people in this room.
How many floors were there to this place?
Just the two. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right then. Okay.
So
Is there a
make
placement?
make me a investigation check. So you feel the spell work, and you feel, because you're not trying to enter anyone's mind, you sort of feel the fuzziness of intellects around you on this floor, but above you it's all empty. You do notice that there's something a little bit odd about the intellects of the people from Greenhaven. They're more muted than you would expect them to be.
So that's the chick, the guy, and then the halflings, yeah? And
So that's
Everyone but the barkeep.
everyone but the barkeep and the waitress, yeah?
yeah, everyone but the barkeep and the waitress. They are more muted than you would expect them to be.
Well, she suggested that she had some arcane arts and stuff, so perhaps she's
Or divine.
expecting that, yeah.
Yep.
I'm just casting it for the...
Sure. But you are fairly certain that the upstairs is at the moment empty.
Alright.
Okay. I still
Then
think
5 people come down.
I still think once we've eaten and stuff and we're settling down for the night after Bard has done her little performance and stuff, we'll be still set watches,
Yeah.
not all go to sleep and just trust these people.
Yep,
So, what's everyone's health check like?
my health is fine.
Who
I'm pretty
needs-
okay.
Who needs the rest?
Casella needs it for spells, big time.
I'm pretty sure my spells could do with a refresh.
I'm out of
So
slots.
don't do the long rest yet, please.
Yep.
Do that when I say. But so,
I was just trying to organise the like who's staying awake, who's going to sleep. And,
so it doesn't matter. I will just assume for the sake of brevity that if you're having a long rest, that you guys will organise a watch schedule to ensure that everybody gets a proper rest. I'm not going to make you list out your watches unless I need you to roll
yeah,
for something.
that's what I was waiting for.
But yeah, so you guys aren't going to do anything. You're going to let the night progress until everything sort of winds down.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that we'll just casually say to the herald chick that thank you for the information about the noises from you and your people. We plan to head out in the morning and try and find the source of that noise. Put a stop to it.
Cool. She says that's. She says, "Oh, you're
We're
an
those sort of
adventuring
people.
party, aren't you?" I've
I'm
heard
also a
about
paladin
you.
of the daughter, and I won't suffer those undead to continue to cause these problems on the face of this earth, planet, whatever it is.
Oh, yes. You all are allowed paladins up here. That's quite interesting.
Allowed? Our
She says,
paladin's
"Well,
not allowed
thank
where
you."
you're from.
Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it, Sir Knight. And then she will head upstairs, and the three halflings will go with her.
Did she avoid my question, or
Oh,
did
absolutely.
you not hear?
Yeah, absolutely. She
You did.
avoided your question.
Okay. I look at my bard Czar and say, what was all that about? Why do they not have paladins at Greenhaven? Do you know anything about that?
I do a history or something for that.
Yeah.
Generally, if there's a history thing, I'm going to look to the bard. Ooh, bam.
Bam! Almost. So Greenhaven and the Dragonholts are areas where the church is forbidden from having, not everywhere, but mostly throughout. So the Dragonholts are not an empire. They are a number of independent kingdoms, all with their own set of laws and values and culture. But they had a problem about 1,000 years ago, maybe longer. You're unsure of the exact details, but they had a problem where somebody came along and convinced a bunch of followers of the father and the mother that it was time to overthrow the dragons and install a religious theocracy. And whether or not this was the plan of the mother or not, it doesn't matter, because he convinced enough people that it was. And so the churches created standing armies, and they were eventually put down because, if you're going to fight dragons, you best come correct. And they didn't bring enough. So as a result, the churches are not allowed to have like standing armies or formalized men of war or people of war.
Right.
So paladins and clerics and like battle clerics and things like that, not allowed. That's not to say they don't exist.
Yeah.
But,
from an intuition point of view, I suppose, me announcing what I was, did that offend her or something? Is that why she dismissed it and left, or was it? What was her
you
reaction
can make
like?
an insight check for me
Insight. All right.
to try and sort of understand her point of view.
Insight. Yeah. That's where I'm going with this. Insight. There it is. Normal roll. Go.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good success. You think that, from your point of view, that maybe she wasn't offended, but she would think that you think that she might think that the idea of having a church person who's also, a person at arms, is quite quaint and old-fashioned.
Okay.
Like in the same way that we might think that having a knight, like a modern us in the real world, we might think that having a knight in armor and lance as being quaint, like, oh, isn't that old-fashioned and funny?
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because their armies are very, very sort of regimented and militarized and think almost Roman in the way that their armies are at the sort of Roman level, right?
Okay. And so her attitude towards us being an adventuring party was similar then?
Yeah. She
how
has.
quaint.
She
We're
obviously.
adventurers.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just saying, oh, how quaint, you're adventurers, sort of thing.
Yeah.
With that,
Yeah, because in the
Got it.
Dragonholt lands, if you have a necromancer in a tower trying to, take over the world, you don't rely on 6 people to go and
The entire
sort it out.
original.
Yeah, the Dragonholts will like industrialize that response. They will send an army group to fuck it up.
Right.
In that way, you know that they are quite. That you think that there are a lot of similarities between some. Again, no race or culture is monolithic in its appearance or actions. There are Dragonholts that are quite like the city, and there are more like this, and this sort of society is very close to how Red Orcs are.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are going to sleep for the night?
Yep.
That's the plan.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So-
get my money's worth out of the roast, and
Yeah.
I bed down for the night.
Yep. So I just need to know who's going to be on the middle shift. Who wants that shift? I don't need to know anything else.
Who's got the highest perception?
Yeah. I was thinking about
Not bettering this at all.
Yeah.
So what were you saying,
I'll
Matt?
take it.
You'll take it? Okay.
Yep.
So round about it's got to be about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning by the time. Actually, do you know what? Let's all just take 5 minutes and wait for Zara to come back.
Okay.
So how about them Raiders? Do we have anyone in the Twitch channel? I don't think so. We have 5 viewers, but I have a suspicion that it's all you guys. Is it?
No, I'm not I in. think one of them will be me.
There's 5 extra people.
Yeah. Hello, chat.
Maybe our audio doesn't broadcast.
No, it should be broadcasting. Hold on a second.
I just checked, it's broadcasting.
Oh, thank God. All right. Now that your backs are, Tolbin has taken the middle shift, and around about 2 o'clock in the morning, when it's getting towards the sort of end of your turn at watch, you hear this like blood-curdling scream, and you sense something wrong upstairs, something unnatural and dark. In fact, the sense of this is so strong, Rogar, that it wakes you up. You don't hear the scream, but you feel the after effects of the scream.
I look straight to the person that was awake. That was Tolbin, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I look straight to him with my eyes snap open and go, "What was that?"
Also, nobody takes a long rest. You may take a short rest and heal up to 1 hit die. You may not benefit from Zar's bardiness in the doing so.
My lay on hands pool is still full, so maybe I should be utilizing that at this point.
So this is a short rest, isn't it?
That's my hit die that I've been
You may take a short rest and heal 1 hit die of hit points.
Excellent, because during a short rest,
taking.
I can use Nature's Recovery and heal up to 3 levels of spell stuff.
So you can't do that. I'm unfortunate. I'm
Okay.
not. Yeah, during this short rest. Normally,
Yeah,
yes.
cool.
During this particular short rest, you just didn't get a chance to.
It's just hit die, not hit die plus anything else, isn't it?
It's just your hit die, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's your hit die plus Constitution. You always add your Constitution
hit
bonus.
die.
it's plus 0 anyway, so
Rogar, did you roll a 1?
I rolled a 1, so 1d10 plus 2 I get, and I get 3 back. And the unsettling weirdness of above, I'd be out of armor and everything, wouldn't I?
Yes.
I'm immediately putting on armor, and at the same time, if possible, I'm laying hands on myself.
Nobody look.
Don't look at me.
I need privacy. Yeah, you can do that. You can do
I'll
that.
quickly cast a detect thoughts and see whether I can sense anything upstairs.
You can, yeah, you can detect you can detect people upstairs. The
Is
sort
there,
of,
like, just as I go sort of over any of them, is any that appear to be like frantic or anything like that?
no, you would have to push into somebody's thoughts. You can sort of detect that there are people upstairs in their general location, but you would have to specifically go into one person's mind to get any more than that.
Because I can get surface thoughts without probing.
Yeah, but you have to direct it, right?
Well, it lasts for a minute, so I'm just going to basically anything I come across, I'm going to direct for like a second or two and see whether or not I can feel anything go to the next until I find
So
whoever's in distress.
for a number of them, you feel you can't tell who it is because you feel your probing rebuffed. It's bounced away, and then you get two people, and then a third who are just startled and scared, and that's what you feel.
Focus on one of the ones that's scared. Perhaps the dark maid felt like she was upset at the thought of not being able to sleep in her room earlier. So, can I detect whether one of them was her?
No, not unless you want to get. So, like you're using the spell, you're using two actions of the spell, where it looks like you have to cast it for each action. So, if you wanted to focus,
As an action, shift my attention to another creature's thoughts, or probe deeper into the same creature's mind. So that's just as an action. So within the time of a minute,
While she's keeping concentration up, she can
Yeah.
probe deeper.
yeah. So, roll me a d6.
But if you are probing deeper, the person you're attacking basically gets a whiz save.
So the person, you feel like the person is now aware of something in their head, and you think it might be the person that you chose to focus on that's scared and terrified is the bar owner's wife, whose name you never got, but you now know is Ranjan.
Was that the one in the kitchen, right?
That was the one that was working in the kitchen, yes. And I will have some bread with that gender roll.
and so, well, it's just working in a commercial kitchen, then it's actually against the gender stereotype. But anyway, I will
Have you know?
from my husband's experience. But yeah, I will try and probe a little bit deeper into her mind, which does mean she will get a wisdom throw, I believe. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
While she's probing people's minds, I continue to strap on my armor. I'm looking at my other compatriots and seeing if anyone looks particularly injured.
No, nobody looks injured. And in fact, Zara is the only one that's woken up.
Oh, right, okay.
Because you haven't.
Everyone else is sleeping through this
Because-
shit. Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be a fussy pot, but like you didn't wake anyone up. You and Tolbin were the only two people that were awake.
What's
I would
Tolbin
think
doing?
the clanging of all of Vergar's armor getting slapped onto himself would wake us up.
Well, not really, because it's sort of half magnetic and stuff. So what have I got to beat, Zara?
15.
No, her mind is an open book.
Okay, so I should be able to, from that, gain insight into its emotional state and something that looms large in its mind, something that worries, whether loves or hates. So
She is worried about what's happening. She doesn't know if her husband truly understands the seriousness of what's going on, and she is terrified because of that noise and because she doesn't understand what happened. She doesn't know what's happened.
Who am I sleeping next to? Or standing next to at the moment?
Castellan and
I'm going to say that your spell is now over.
okay, I have one more spell slot of that, so I am also going to cast it to then try and detect thoughts on the husband.
Okay, so you don't know who the husband is, so roll me a die 4.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if
Jump
you were
into a
looking at
random
them,
line.
lucky
if you were
day.
looking at them, you
Give
could
me a name?
say again.
Give me a name of the husband, or not?
You do have a name of the husband, yes. How many times do your surface thought use your name in reference to yourself?
True.
Ryan's so savage.
It's all good.
Okay, so you pop in, you get into somebody's mind, and it's fuddled and murky, and the thoughts seem to be jumping between, sort of self sort of criminalization, like I deserve this. This is everything. Everything that's going wrong is my fault. To, don't these people know who I am? That sort of thing.
I'll probe deeper.
Okay, and while she's probing deeper, I'm just prodding a couple of the nearest friends next to me.
Yep.
And they wake up, like, I'll just knock on my foot, and if they wake up and look at me, I'll just say, something's wrong.
Everybody can wake up that wants to wake up. Anybody that wants to be can fight to stay asleep if you
Warden
want.
staying asleep, or
Let's leave Warden asleep for now.
What says this? Right. He's had a rough day. He's covered in zombie bits.
Yeah.
He is covered in zombie fruits.
Yeah, so you probe deeper. Yeah, so the mind is open. You realise that you're in the mind of the person who was referred to as Voices of Sky Overseas. And you're having trouble reading the mind because they're drunk. Really, really drunk. You know that they refer to themselves as Genna, although you know that this is also... Do you speak Draconic?
I
So you do or you don't?
do not.
Yeah, so you don't know what language it's in, but you might know now. Yeah.
I recognise the language.
No, you
Like-
don't.
Not even what language it was.
No, you don't. Draconic is not a language that's spoken broadly. So you probably would not have heard it spoken in your life.
Can she mutter the words of what she's hearing at the same time? Or
Oh,
is that
come
probably
on. You've got to do a pigeon coo if you're going to do some shit like that. But, I mean, unless you can come up with a reason as to why she would
Oh,
think
she
to do
wouldn't.
that.
She wouldn't know it's draconic. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
she wouldn't know it's Draconic. She just knows that it's a language
I
that
was
she
wondering whether I had heard like somebody in our party speak it. Was thinking maybe the little thing that Tolvin has, the little.
No, when the Drake speaks, it speaks without moving its lips, and you hear it in your native tongue.
Straight into the noggin.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
When Rogar speaks draconic, he does it with his mouth.
Yeah.
But have I heard you speak Draconic in the past?
Probably. Yeah. Probably.
Really?
Unlikely. Draconic is not a language that gets spoken a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, so other than the fact that he's really drunk, what are his thoughts sort of focused on?
He's resentful of Herald of Sky Overseas. He thinks that he should be the Herald, and that everybody is too harsh on him, and that it's not his fault that he has such bad luck. He's a good servant to his master, and he doesn't understand why we're even here. He doesn't know what... You realise that he doesn't really know what the purpose of this visit is. And I'm going to say your spell is over now.
Not a problem.
So who woke up and who didn't? Everyone but Warden.
Everyone but Warden, I think. So I think we need to go upstairs. Something's going on up there.
So
Once I've got my
Waking
armor
up
on,
in
I'm
a
going up
haze
the
going,
stairs.
"What?"
Warden can be woken up if you want him awake.
Not taking it with us, is there?
I reckon let's wake him up.
Right, so Warden wakes up. Huh? What? Huh?
What's
Let's
happening?
try to back him.
No, it's
and,
not long enough.
and I assume you guys are going... It in fact is not long enough. And can I have everybody to please make me a Constitution saving throw? And Zar, you need to make that at disadvantage.
Yay!
Everyone's within 5 feet of me, so you get +5 of this roll.
Except for you, Zar.
10 feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does the advantage? No, never mind. Oh, that sucks. Because of the curse, right?
Because of the curse. So Tolbin, you save. Alwyn, you save. Zar, you do not. I'm really sorry, friendo, but you take another point of exhaustion. Selin, even with the +5, you take a point of exhaustion. And Rogar, you do not.
Keep in mind, Castellan actually got a 14.
Yes, even with the +5.
Oh, damn. Okay. Yikes. Zahar is exhausted level 2 now. Jeez.
And I think that means you're at disadvantages on all rolls, Zar.
I'm just looking at it now. Speed halved, disadvantage on ability checks.
Oh, Jesus.
So where do you
Just
set exhaustion?
it's not on attack rolls and saving throws. That's 3.
Yeah, okay, so your speed is halved, and you're at disadvantage on all ability checks, yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. Let's get back to here. Yeah, so you guys run up, and as you run up, what level am I on? I need to be here. Okay. As you run up, this door comes flying open.
Okay.
And this door opens. And
We're supposed to be seeing different things happening on the map.
this door.
We can see the light coming through the doorways.
Yeah,
I can only just saw that last door.
yeah. You can see more on the stream, but yeah, you can, like with where we are in
The halflings come
away from
roaring out. The dragonborn comes racing out and sort of shoulders Tolbin over into this square
Attempts to.
and comes up to here.
No attack roll or nothing?
It's not. He's not really attacking. He's just moving through that space.
Alright.
You can resist if you want, Tolbin.
Nah. He's obviously got somewhere important to be.
Flanking me, yeah, great.
The halfling moves to here and starts pounding on the door. You know.
Okay.
Herald, Herald, Herald! And then starts kicking the door.
What's going on?
We heard a scream from the Herald's room.
I open the door my way.
I decided that we're at it.
You go to open the door with the hammer. You crash through, and the door is open.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be open for a while.
Until I get prepared.
Well, I saw the halfling trying to get in there and kicking at the door, so you step out of the way, little halfling.
Who all is going into the room?
I would be straight in there. Well, I think someone's in trouble. I heard screams.
I would imagine we'd all probably try and get in there, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
I'm not sure we can all get in
I'd be
there.
concerned, but with a paladin on it, I'd be like, okay, so I'll just hang out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out in the
outside-ish.
hallway.
I'm feeling pretty tired.
Anybody else going in?
I'll kind of go in behind Rogar.
Well, I'll just sit on the fence as well.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
That's not on the
Got-
fence.
3 halflings and a dragonborn trying to squeeze into the room as well, so...
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
I just don't see how we were all...
What's in the room? What did I just blunder into?
So suddenly there's an explosion and you all die. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, sweet.
So on the lying on the bed, it looks like that perhaps she was standing where Castellan was and then fell back onto the bed. There is a massive gash in her chest, and it looks as though her body has withered around this gash, as if you think like life essence was drained out of her.
As if a wraith had attacked her.
Maybe.
Divine sense.
Divine sense. You can definitely sense that something necromantic happened in this room.
But there's no immediate source right now.
There's no immediate source of necromancy within. It's 60 feet, right?
Yeah, 60 foot.
Where is Genna?
He's not here.
From my detective sensey thing earlier, which direction was he in?
You felt that he was more towards the east side of the building.
Do you want to tell me to check it out, Sarah? Or
Yeah, let's go find the voice of Spires. It felt like he may have had some knowledge of what was going on here.
I mean, that's a long bow to draw from what I told you, but okay.
He was like, everything was my fault, that kind of thing. Like, I don't know, like, just feel like I should know where he is. And that he's alright as well.
The tavern keep comes like, what's going on here? What was that noise? What are you all doing up here? You didn't pay for rooms.
We heard screams.
So you still don't know what's happened. No one's told you that somebody's dead, sir.
Screaming. Did you not hear it?
This guy comes out and he speaks to the other guards, and he says, "The Herald is dead. Somebody has murdered her." And he says it in Draconic.
Do I recognise that, like, the Draconic now?
It seems similar.
So I understood it, but I'm also... Did I get anything from Divine Sense within 60 foot?
No.
Nothing.
Did I get anything from the?
I follow out the halfling then.
Did you get anything from what?
Detect portal.
Huh.
Uh,
Huh.
So, anything within 5,280 feet.
That's so broken.
okay.
That's a fucking broken spell. Everything about
How
your
is
character is broken.
Yeah, well, you know.
Let me see how far that is.
When
1
when
mile.
Brian asked you to join the game, Adam, did you just Google most broken character?
I didn't
In
do
D5E,
anything. I
and-
literally walked up and went.
So it's within a mile,
after
is it?
playing Divinity 2, after playing Divinity 2 and going, I like rangers. I want to be a ranger in D&D.
Okay.
I kind of like the idea of having an urban ranger, and I was trying to convince him to go the gunpowder ranger, but he wasn't having it.
I wanted to wield a crossbow, but apparently in this universe, longbows are better.
No, crossbows are absolutely a more damaging weapon. They're just slower to
Yeah, they're
use.
just slower. Yeah,
Yeah.
You do.
my character is
DPS is
more.
lower with a crossbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But
And,
if you use a
I like
crossbow
the
with,
idea. I like the idea of the Horizon Walker.
yeah, if you use a crossbow with things like sneak attack, they become devastating. Anyway,
Oh yeah, yeah.
no, you do not detect. Oh no, shit! I've got to look up the thing.
I
Sorry.
took the spell card up, but
Yeah. I need to look at something else.
okay.
His map of where all the portals are.
Yeah.
No.
Within a mile. Yeah.
In one of the where this character came from in the D&D book, he used to be able to detect where all the portals came from, and where exactly they were, and then they nerfed it because they found that was incredibly broken.
That's the broken thing.
Yeah, that's the broken part.
Also, given that I kind of think that maybe what I heard earlier was in Draconic, can I attempt to recall the words that I heard before?
You only heard one word, and it was Genna.
Okay.
That's he thinks of himself as being Genna. Keep in mind that the Tavern Keep's wife is giving you serious side eye because she realizes what's happened and what you were doing.
Yeah.
Do you understand there's going to be a conversation later? What is it? Closest planar portal within 1 mile of you. Oh, Jesus, planar portal. Sorry.
It's in the next room, right?
Yeah.
Ah, he admits it.
There's some kind of portal or dimensional gate or something. Right? He's just got to figure out whether we know about it or not.
Yeah.
I'll save you some time, Brian, and say yes, we know about it.
So, there was some sort of teleport used, Adam.
Ooh.
But the distances from portal to portal are too fine for your spell to resolve.
Okay.
So it was used too close together to move from one point to another point, and then the distance that was teleported, they were two. The Venn diagram is almost completely overlapped, if that makes sense.
Yeah, right. Yep.
You can't tell where the A and B points of the teleport was.
Right. Some funky shit was happening in this place. Some people were teleporting. I tell the Tsar and Warden.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
Did the halfling say again in Draconic?
The halfling said the herald is dead. Somebody has killed the herald.
Okay. I don't know why he's trying to keep that information private from people who don't speak Draconic. So I'm going to ruin his party, and because I exited with him straight away after, I say in common, what he says is correct, the herald is dead. And it was a necromantic attack of some sort. And then Alwyn would say, yeah, it looks like I can sense that they can teleport. Yeah.
So while that's happening, Brian, can I try investigation on the crime scene?
Sure can.
Oh,
Are
fancy.
you exhausted?
I am now.
Disadvantage on the ability checks, yeah.
It's a skill check though, so
Okay.
so the dwarven maid sort of sticks her head out, sees everybody, and she goes, "What was that noise?" Make for me an investigation check. 11. She's dead, Jim. Dead, Dave. They're dead, Dave. They're all dead.
So do we tell the dwarven maid that, oh, nothing, just someone killed by a teleporting wraith?
I will
They're going to freak out and run right out of the building.
Just want to
step over to her and
ask her what noise is she referring to?
I have personally verified she is very dead.
Well, good.
I look back and go, oh,
And because you're such a good-looking rooster there, Gales, I'm going to give you a little something extra, just to rosy your cheeks. She was probably stabbed.
No, I look very sagely and I say, and the gash in her chest suggests to me that she was probably stabbed.
Bludgeoned.
Shit, she was definitely bludgeoned.
I am going to private message you something, Brian.
You certainly can.
Why am I in this team of Muppets?
Can you start a new game?
Yeah.
I'd like a different team.
I'd like a different team, please.
New Friendly Frens.
That'll do. Okay,
Oh, okay.
you know where I'm going with that.
Yeah. I do. You want to roll me an investigation check, please?
Oh, crap, come on. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Actually, first make me a performance check.
Oh, crap, this is not going to go good at all then. Hang on, no, performance is charisma based.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Roll a 1. Please, goddamn, roll a 1.
Nope.
Okay. Zar,
So
for no particular reason, can you make me a investigation?
And there's my investigation.
At normal or disadvantage?
At disadvantage. Oh no, it's not a skill. It's a skill check. So just
Okay.
okay. You don't notice anything, Rogar.
Ah, crap. Okay, open up Messenger again.
Furious typing.
Okay. Whispers. All right. So.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you want to do? So you were speaking to the maid?
Yeah, I just wanted to sort of say to her, it appears the Herald has been killed. Did you hear anything? Like, what did you hear?
I heard screaming and then everybody running upstairs and doors opening. And did somebody hit a wall with a hammer?
We needed to get into the room quickly, so Rogar, I think you
And the door was locked, so I unlocked it my way.
good at that.
She sort of nods and then says, I'm going to stay in my room.
Yeah, that's fine. And I closed it after.
She says, no, I'll leave the door open. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, don't know the locking it, it means little.
Well, I'm like, alright, well, if there's no race here anymore, I'm grumpy to the point of level 1 exhaustion, so I'm going back to bed.
So the voices finally sort of steps out and sort of says, what on earth is all of this racket? This is absolutely not acceptable.
Your herald has been murdered.
What? What are you talking about, you provincial moron? And sort of...
I walk over to him, put my arm around him, and guide him into the herald's room and show him her body.
He sort of
That
goes...
is what I'm talking about, you moron.
He runs over to the window and tries to open the window, realizes that it's been barricaded because of the undead, and then vomits in a corner. Just... and then says, I didn't do it. You know I didn't do it. I was in my room. I couldn't possibly have done it. This is not my fault. He walks over to the halfling and says, you know I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Because I'm strolling down the steps, I'm like, because I just don't like this dude from the start. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure he did it though. As I walk off.
Hey, does any of you have like zone of
Test too
truth or
much.
anything?
Zone of what now?
Can any of you guys make people tell us the truths?
Oh, no.
No, nothing that fancy. That's too high level for me.
Damn it! I thought the paladin could.
With all my amazing investigation skills, I'm also going to have a good close look at the wound and see if there's anything unusual about it. Because you did say something about it looking like necrotic or something. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I'm going to have a look.
So it
And
looks,
hopefully I
the edges
don't
of the
roll
wound
terrible.
look withered, and her whole body looks
Maybe that's
shrunken.
Yeah, okay. Oh god, yeah, I see squat.
So you like, she's dead, very obviously.
Yeah,
And this
I
is
slip over for a moment and go, Yes, everyone, I think she is dead. They
Definitely.
go, like,
everybody. I'm certain that that they are dead. Yes, very
yes.
dead.
Okay.
Does anybody else want to investigate the room or work together to investigate the room?
I would like to investigate the room.
Can I just assist people without actually like having to roll? Actually, no, a skill check. I can do that.
Yeah, you can do skill checks.
I can investigate as well.
Just because the portal that was
So,
in here,
do
I'd
you
like
want to
investigate the room.
assist him or?
Yeah, I'll just assist. Fine.
Okay, you can make that roll at advantage.
Ooh.
19. So as you look about the room, you realize that the room's colder than the outside. And so
Colder than the hallway.
Yeah, colder than the hallway. And you sort of, which doesn't make sense because the room is smaller than the hallway and the door was closed, so it should be warmer. You sort of start pushing people out, looking at the floor, and there are nearly 2 overlapping circles of frost on the ground.
Which I would identify as portals of some description.
You can make me an Arcana check.
Can you just give me that?
Don't know why I'm not proficient in this, but I'm not.
Can I assist a minute or not?
You
wow.
could have before you rolled.
Wow.
You did ask, but you didn't hear me.
No, I heard you, but he rolled. I was about to answer. Yep.
Alan says, I'm pretty sure portals use magic.
Yeah.
In that case, can I...
Wow, Alan, thank you.
So I will, Alan, I will allow you to point out the circles of frost, but you don't know that they are inherently magical. Like, you're just like, this is weird, guys. Why is there...
Why is there stuff on the floor?
Can I investigate them?
You can. What sort of what's your character's thinking? What skill do you want to use?
Well, he mentioned portals, and then we've noticed that it's cold and whatnot. So, some sort of magic, potentially. So Arcana.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm keen to probe the Mr. Fancy Pants guy because all of his protestations and stuff, I reckon he's got something going on. So I want to see if I can get any insight onto his mannerisms or actions.
10. So 13 total. Yeah. You know that this is the mark of some sort of arcane teleport, but you don't know what.
Right.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's been some sort of teleportation happening, guys. This is clearly magical.
It looks like somebody's teleported in and then out, and we've lost some.
Can I go and check in what's his face's room and see whether there's similar markings there?
Yeah. Check all the other rooms in this inn for any other frosty circles.
Okay.
And if anyone doesn't want to open their door, I'll open it.
So just go to the room you want to check and then tell me. So you want to check his room? Make me an investigation check. Everybody can check one room. Right? So choose the room.
Can I have somebody come and check with me so I get advantage?
You can, but that would count as that person's room.
How many rooms are there?
Let me go back to the lighting layer.
It's kind of hard to see where the doors are because everything's
Yeah. I can see properly. Like,
I have removed all of the doors except for this one.
yeah, but on ours we still can't see because of line of sight.
So, if you stop moving about, I'll show you where they all are. Maybe. There's a door here. This goes into the Tavern Keep's room. There's a door here, which is a small room that was empty. There's a door here, which goes into the Halfling's room. Door here, which goes into the Herald's room. Door here, which is where the Silver Dragonborn was sleeping. This is the Dwarven Tavern Wench's room, Tavern Maid's room. This is the room that the voice was speaking in. There's a door here to a storage area. There's a door here to a lounge. And there is a door here to a study that looks like the room that it's the office for the tavern keeper.
Alright, there's more room than we have people.
Fancy Pants coming out of.
Oh, yeah.
This room here.
Yeah, right. So I was already checking that.
Yeah, I'll check that. I think we ideally probably just check the rooms where there were people in them that came out. So yeah, if there's no people who came out of them.
So that would be this room.
But I suspect Brian's going to tell us something's going to happen before we get to check more.
Hold on. Stop moving!
I'm still keen to get an insight roll on Mr. Fancy Pants.
This room. And where's Rogar? That room. Those are the rooms that had people in them. Wait. And with one left over. So you've got Warden can confer advantage to somebody. Warden and Castellan can confer advantage to someone.
One comes and confers advantage to me.
Yep.
And then where did
Castellan went downstairs.
Oh, Castellan went downstairs?
Automatically, Castellan stomped off and went downstairs.
Yeah, so Castellan can't help you. Warden can
just let Warden help me, and then everyone else do one in their rooms, I think.
Yeah, I'm already back under my blankets, grumbling about how I don't have any fireballs. And fireballs, fireballs.
I don't have fireballs. I am not used
to it. So he sees you going into his room, and he comes over. He says, "I say, what are you doing? This is my room."
Look.
Intimidation.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry, it was meant to be investigation. I had the same plus. Do you want me to roll it again?
It's up to you. Do you want to roll it again?
No, I'll keep the 23.
Okay, so you look about the room and you can't find any sign of any sort of spell casting at all. What you do find are several opened and empty bottles of a sort of medium quality sort of local vintage wines. Yeah. I said, Tavern Keeper, you allow people to just walk around in other people's rooms? This is absolutely disgusting.
If you wish to be taken seriously, I suggest you stop drinking and walk off.
I'll never.
What I saw in his mind.
So 11, 12. Where are you?
Barkeep.
Nothing. Nothing of interest in here. No spells of any sort.
Okay.
No residue of spells of any sort, unless you're going to use a specific spell noticing ability or something.
Do not have a special ability to do anything with.
Torben, I think that would make you next.
Yep.
Oh, wait.
So nearly a 20.
9.
I know
Yeah,
the bedroom.
it smells of halfling, which you didn't realise was a smell before, but it's definitely a smell. So Warden actually needed to be in here. I forgot. So he didn't confer to you advantage, but he did confer to you advantage. Let's just say that it didn't happen, but it happened. All right.
Yeah.
Rogar,
Investigation?
investigation. Unless you have another ability that you think could be used.
No, I'm specifically looking for frost circles on the ground, like I saw in the other room, because I
Yep.
don't know much about arcane stuff, so that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Average roll, pretty much.
Yeah, the only thing that you notice about this room is that it's neat and orderly and tidy, like the room you would expect of somebody in a military.
Right.
Now somebody needs to roll for Warden.
Does he have?
I'll roll
Jim,
for Warden.
somebody's got it open.
What am I rolling?
Investigation.
Just a D20.
Well, you can use his D&D Beyond page.
Warden comes out of the barmaid's room, sort of like amiably chatting to her, and he says, "Nothing in here."
Okay. What rooms haven't we checked?
You have not checked this room, and this room, this room, and this room.
We check those rooms for any frost circles.
So, yeah, you'll need to make these rolls sort of,
Okay.
yeah, at disadvantage at this point.
Because there's melting.
Yeah, I mean, it's melting, yes, but also like your brain's sort of starting to go numb, like you're just looking at a room.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, you're not even sure what you're supposed to be looking at or for.
Really?
I'll check this one.
Am I under some sort of psychic attack? Or
No, I mean, you know what, but what does a frost circle look like? You go back and try to look at the frost circle. I don't know why you rolled that at
Advantage?
Disadvantage.
it's at disadvantage, right? So
Yeah, so it was.
Oh, sorry, I thought you rolled at advantage. No, 11. So no, you don't notice anything.
I got a 4.
Yeah, you don't notice anything either.
There's nothing in this room.
Yeah, it's you'd only think that room's been used for a long time.
Is it even a room?
Which I come back out here and go, Subaki, you said this this was full, right?
That's what I said. Yes.
Why was there no one sleeping in the room at the end?
You'll have to ask the orc downstairs. He didn't sleep in his room.
Yeah, fair enough.
Noted. The orc was still downstairs. You wouldn't climb up.
The orc
was
did
he
not come
all
up.
sleeping down there with us? Was he?
Whether he was sleeping downstairs with you, or keeping an eye on you, or keeping an eye on what was going on outside, hard to tell.
Right. So he just didn't leave the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. All right.
So is he still downstairs, right?
He is still downstairs.
Well, if we see no frost circles in any of the rooms
Watching
upstairs,
you roll around and just waiting for you to fall asleep.
I mean, it wouldn't have been the orc, because if he teleported somewhere, Torben probably would have noticed that while he's on watch. It's like, hey, that orc just disappeared. He just reappeared, and now he's got a bloody knife in his hand. Yeah, that's probably not what happened. Okay. Well, if I'm convinced that there's nothing going on in any of the rooms upstairs, I'm going to head downstairs, Brian, and I'm going to see if I notice a certain something.
So everybody's moving downstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to use some insight. Just
Yes.
get the read of people just upstairs. Like, if anyone seems a bit duplicitous or edgy, anything like that.
Okay, sure. Ooh.
Damn.
So this guy definitely feels it seems to you like he's genuinely afraid of what's going to happen next.
Is that because he's now the Herald and he's the next one with the target on his back?
We don't have enough information yet.
So these two so this one here keeps giving the evil eye to Zar, like straight out fucking. You think that if Zar's not lucky, there might be another murder tonight. This guy is he seems like resigned to the fact that this is happening. Like fucking, like of course this is my life. It's really, really hard to get a read on the halflings. They are, the more that you're around them, the more that they do remind you of a pack of wolves. And as you're sort of looking around, you realise that they are triplets.
Yeah,
They are not normal halflings, right?
do we know that they work for the Herald and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Your passive perception picked up that they're all wearing, that the Herald, the Voice, and all of the guards all have an insignia on their chest of Greenhaven.
Yeah.
But you didn't know what it was until the Herald spoke of it.
Yeah, gotcha.
The Dragonborn just seems totally impassive. Seems a little bit maybe surprised every time Rogar takes a leading role. But
Okay.
but not that much.
Okay.
Slightly taken aback. So, yeah, okay. Interesting. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah,
While you're typing there, could you answer my previous question?
I didn't see your previous question. Oh, no.
Okay. Thank you.
That was distinct, whatever it was.
I just had to run over your character's background in my head, and then I was like, no.
Yeah, okay.
For you.
The barmaid seems genuinely just nervous, full of nerves, and then seems to catch herself and calm down. But then when nobody's looking, seems to be nervous again.
Radio.
It was a
Just,
barmaid.
as I'm going downstairs, I'll sort of say to the barmaid, if you do feel like you want to sleep downstairs, I'm happy to look out for you.
Hello, Jones.
What I mean, sort of trying to reassure her that we're not here to harm her, that we're friendly and that we want to help her. If there's anything that she can do for us to help us figure out the situation, because she seems to know more about what's going on.
She seems almost surprised, and then is like, "Oh, yes, yes, thank you."
When I'm downstairs, there isn't any obvious frost circles anywhere on the main floor downstairs.
Can you make me a investigation check?
Oh, this again. Normal roll or what?
Yep.
Not that it makes that much of a difference. I don't know.
I just like to make you. I just like to make you roll, Jamie.
Oh man.
No, there are no frost circles.
What about in the back kitchens?
No,
And
there are no frost circles.
Okay, fine.
As Alvin's walking downstairs, he thinks back on it and goes, did any of the other rooms that he walked into feel cold like the murder room?
Ah.
Good question.
Make me...
A ham sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hungry.
Actually,
I'm
Did you have
hungry
lunch
and
today?
I'm hungry and it's about time for our break and make me a head. No. Insight maybe? I think insight, unless you can come up with a skill that you think would be better.
No, insight's good.
You remember feeling cold over towards the east side. So over here.
Okay.
Towards Fancy Pants' room.
Right.
The dancer's room, yep.
Are we all downstairs now, or is...
Yeah,
I went
part of
downstairs.
us.
we can move downstairs.
But I was just going down to see if I could see any.
speak in a group and see if I can get anyone else that, like, speak to Zara and
We were in that
see
room
if she can
specifically.
remember being cold in that room. Because and anyway, who else was down there? Like, Warden was.
I
down
went
there,
into that
obviously.
room.
Zara and Warden
Yeah, but-
actually went in that room.
Like towards that end of the hallway. Was anyone else investigating the other rooms? Like
Warden.
the storeroom or the.
I did the room opposite as well afterwards.
Did
Would
you
it be-
remember feeling cold at all?
Perception?
So no insight unless you can give me a good way that you can use perception as a historical skill.
Well, perception's like your awareness of your general surroundings. So it'd be,
As it happens. Yeah. As you
Yeah.
perceive things. Technically what you're doing is trying to remember something you did perceive.
so history.
Yeah, but like if I went into a house yesterday that was particularly cold, I may not think of anything all the time. But if then someone said today to me, Jamie,
Which is why I would
cold
say
house yesterday, I'd go, actually, yeah.
which is why I would say you would use the insight skill.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
Thank you for proving my point.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'll get you to make an insight roll, Zah.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, you do remember it being cold over towards the maid or the fancy pantsers room.
Any more
One
specific?
more than the other.
Yeah, I was actually in the pants room. Did I feel like
It's you weren't trying to feel that, so you don't have a strong memory of it
alright. I do remember it being colder at that end of the hallway.
at that end of the hallway, though. Yeah, towards his
Great.
door. And hello, Jones. How you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Yeah.
Hating you right now.
No, that's not his I hate you, meow.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody else? Warden was down that end. Do you want to roll for Warden?
Sure.
Why not? And if once this has all been talked about when we're downstairs, gonna go straight back upstairs and see if there's any sort of lingering coldness still. Oh
Warden says, oh yes, I remember it being quite cold in that study. I remember it now, yes, very cold.
God damn it.
no! Damn it!
And that's where we're going to break.
Good stuff, because I am busting for a bio break.
Yeah, me too. Ow! Okay. Yeah, so if you are in our chat, please say something in chat. and I will give away to one of our lucky viewers a Steam code for a game that I really want to play. So maybe don't, because then I'll play the game myself. But if you want to play a really cool game, go ahead and say something in chat, anything at all, and we will give away a Steam code to somebody who is not one of our players.
Just for the people that are listening, we don't know what this game is, but Brian
Yeah,
keeps
we still
going on
don't.
about this each week. And we tried to make Brian take it as his birthday present like a month ago or so, and he wouldn't. So it must be good.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with The City Beneath. Hello. Nobody typed anything, so I'm assuming that nobody wants free stuff. So,
Free stuff?
yeah. Oh, yeah. I know that you guys could hear me. I was just...
I couldn't actually hear you because I had done something to my thing, and then somebody said, "We can hear you, Brian." I'm like, "Can we?"
Yeah. Okay. So,
Yes.
Lisa, did you do something to your mic in the break? Because you're
I
much
did.
clearer now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And in the process, turned off my audio that I could hear other people, but I fixed that now too.
Okay.
okay. All right.
Fix something, break something.
It's almost like she works in tech support. So,
Fuck that.
the rest of the inn's people are still up, sort of milling around upstairs. It's probably been about an hour since you heard the sound. Castellan is trying to get to sleep and failing because people keep moving around and talking.
I don't think we should
Do you
try and
not
get
want
some more sleep.
fireballs? Because this is how you don't get fireballs.
Every 5-10 minutes, walk past Costello and go, "You still trying to sleep?" Knock knock.
Let's
you
go to
asleep
sleep,
yet?
guys.
Are you reading a book? What's the book about? What are you up to? So what do you guys want to do?
Go to sleep. We're not going to resolve this tonight.
I don't know if that's good.
Well, but while the crime scene is still fresh, and well before an hour had passed, I would have liked to have gone back up the stairs and try and find a murder weapon, which is... I mean, we'd just been sitting around the table and we had the revelation that there was coldness in both the study and Fancy Pants' room.
No,
So we're,
that's a
there
bit
was
of
more?
self-edited history. Zar felt cold. Zar and Alwyn felt coldness up towards that side of the.
And Warden insists it was the study.
And Warden insists that it was in the study.
Yeah, okay. Alright, and at that end there was Fancy Pants and one of the maids.
And the maid, correct.
Yeah. So of the two, and on a level of suspicion, I was aiming more at Fancy Pants. I don't think that's much of a stretch. And unfortunately, yeah, I'd be investigating the study quite studiously as well, because I believe Warden just by... because I don't know if I can roll one.
Okay. So, scenario's changed up here. Oh, not you. You. Over there.
So all the people that were tasked with protecting the Herald, they just stood around in the hallway, did shit, and then went back to bed.
No, they were sort of taught. No, they haven't gone back to bed. They're all sitting. They're all sitting. They're all in the Herald's room.
Okay. Who's in the Herald's room exactly? I go up there.
The three halflings and the dragonborn.
Okay, alright. I
But not the
give a light
voice.
tap on the door. Is it closed or open?
The voice is.
Oh
the
no,
voice
it's on the floor. That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
I give a light tap on the door frame and poke my head in.
They are wrapping the body in a cloth.
Okay.
Who's with me? Did anyone go up there with me?
Yeah, I followed you up because I want to find out
Yeah.
where this cold's coming from.
Yeah, cool. So
Yeah, given you mentioned
someone
cold, I
that's
would have
a
come
little
up
more
too.
insightful than
Being
me.
that Warden remembered explicitly that it was in the study.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I'm going to go to the guys wrapping the body first and say to them, we're trying to find out who did this. As you can see from the initial investigation, there was signs of some sort of arcane teleport into this room. So someone teleported into the room, stabbed your herald, and then teleported out. This left a cold cross circle.
As you're talking, Lanthor, the female halfling, turns round, puts up a hand to you, and says, "Stop. We know who did this."
Who?
It was bitter memories of long forgotten past, or an agent of his. It doesn't matter. Our duty now is to return the herald to our lord for burial.
It does matter. We
Bitter-
feel like this
bitter
person should be brought to justice.
What justice? What court will you bring them to? Who owns these lands? What noble will
If you haven't
he-
noticed, many of our party are related to nobility of the city. Surely we can do something.
Yeah, we ain't in the city. That's the thing. Your nobility means shit here.
Yeah, that's true, but still, like, we're not that far out of reach of the city.
You are literally at the bounds of what lands the city claims.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We're
Oh,
at the
okay,
bounds,
alright.
so
That works.
we're within potential bounds of our cities.
It's arguable, really.
Yeah.
Whether you're over the line or inside the line. The city
Either
doesn't-
way, we could potentially bring this person to justice through the city.
The city doesn't keep a defined border for exactly this purpose, because something might be too much for them to give a shit about, or it might be something that they want to care about.
Given that there's necromancy involved, I dare say that the city would be interested in this death.
Not really.
You don't reckon?
No, necromancy isn't outlawed.
Yeah, it's only blood magic.
It's only blood magic, and only blood magic that uses another's life force or blood. I mean, if it was in the city and somebody killed someone using necromancy, that person would be sent to the Duke's gangs for murder, but not for necromancy, if that makes sense.
Yep, fair enough.
Okay. And like raising undead and all that sort of stuff, that's not frowned upon.
It's not like it's not like some it's not like something that people pull out at parties. Like, oh, look at my skeleton army. It's not considered tacky. It's considered like not
Uncivilized.
uncivilized. It's uncivilized. And certainly all of the churches are against it. But but the city is like, when you start to outlaw a type of magic, where do you stop? Like, why?
All right. Well,
go on.
I tell the halfling then that we have reason to believe that the person that teleported into the room to kill the herald was in this inn.
And she says it doesn't matter. The herald is dead. Finding this person will not bring the herald back.
So, if it's one of your party, you don't want to know that?
If it's one of our party, it will be revealed it will be revealed when we stand before our Lord. And if it wasn't one of our party, then it doesn't matter.
Right.
You think it was voices over skies? Voices
We
of
don't know
skies
who.
over
It was,
seas?
evidence points to it coming from the east side of the building.
He is not
or
capable
possibly
of
the study.
He is not capable of such a thing. He is a drunkard and a failure.
Yep, I agree with that.
He simply does not have the...
This one.
Could he potentially be working with someone else?
She seems to search for a word and says metal. I think you would say metal. He does not have the metal to do such a thing.
Look.
Alright.
What does the word Genna mean to you?
Clerk.
Does that mean anything to me?
It just means clerk.
No, it just clerk. I look at Zara and say clerk. Where did you hear the word clerk?
Was in the mind of the voice in the evening as the events unfolded.
I have no idea what that
It's
means.
how it is how he refers to himself.
Ah.
It was probably his first job title.
Doesn't mean much. Alright, well, the study's unoccupied, right?
Study is unoccupied, correct.
Alright, well, given that we had reason to believe that there's something going on from in there, thanks, Warden, I'll head back to that room and look for anything suspicious.
Sure, make me an investigation check.
Is this the study where we are?
Gee, I really need it.
So, no, that's this one here.
What?
This is the room that Warden was talking about.
Oh, okay, right.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Can I
that's
investigate too?
Yeah.
Can I give someone can I give someone advantage?
You can give me
Can I help them
advantage.
as well?
I don't think I can give anyone anything.
No.
I'm stumbling around the room going,
Yeah.
doesn't feel cold to me, but it's been a while.
Dirty 20. You turn the room over pretty well. You don't find anything of arcane purpose. You do find a small silver charm that looks like it had been kicked under and forgotten. This bookcase here. It doesn't seem to have any arcane significance. It looks like it's just a simple religious charm.
If it's religious, I'll show it to Brogar and go, is this anything that's important to you? Do you want it?
You can.
Oh my god! I'm just going to stop rolling at this point.
It is a charm of the daughter, but in a
Oh, even with the 6, I should be able to get that right.
yeah. It is a charm of the daughter, but not of an aspect you are familiar with.
Yeah. Okay.
People worship the gods through an aspect of their nature, but you don't know what this aspect is. You don't think that you've come across it before, but it has sigils of the daughter in it, and so you think it's a charm of the daughter.
I say desire that it's a charm of the daughter, but I don't recognize that aspect.
Cool, we'll take it.
Well, it's
Are you
clearly
going-
of
are you going to
extremely
wear it?
good, intricate design and worth at least 5,000 gold.
Are you going to wear it? If somebody's,
Am I going to
I
wear it?
promise you, the charm is not cursed.
Without touching it, putting on
Hands up.
anything.
Hands up. The charm is not cursed and will not cause any of you problem. Will not cause any of you harm. I just
May
need
cause
to,
you problem.
just need to know who's going to wear it.
I'm not wearing
We're
it.
going to see if it is owned
Gonna-
by anybody of
Like a
the
pendant
tavern.
or something.
It's just
Is
a
it a
pendant.
pendant or something?
Yeah, it's a pendant.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Anyone going to try and see if it belongs to the staff here?
Yeah. Actually, I wouldn't just pocket it. I'd be like, who owns this? I'd be trying to find who owns it, being all honest and stuff.
Yeah.
So who are you going to show it to?
Tavern owners, although they've probably gone back to bed at this point, haven't they?
Yeah, their door
Is the barmaid's door still open?
the barmaid's
She did
door
leave it
is-
open earlier.
The barmaid's door is open.
Maybe show it to her. Do you recognise this?
She sort of she sees it and she gets a look of distaste on her face and says, "No, that's definitely not mine."
Why the distaste?
She
I
just
asked
said-
her.
She just says it's not mine.
Do you recognise it? Do you know whose it is?
No, I don't. I don't associate with people who would wear that.
Okay, what type
Does
of people
she-
would wear this?
Has she got a problem with my presence there?
No,
No? Oh, okay. So it's not
I know this is an aspect of the daughter. Is there a specific thing you know about it that that you could tell me about?
you don't. You don't have this around here. She seems like she realizes she might have misspoken, and she says, "You don't have. You don't have the maidens around."
Does that mean anything to Jamie?
Does that mean anything to me at all?
I will allow you to roll a religion check.
Can I
Shit,
give you advantage
grew
or
up
anything? Or
studying
No.
this shit. Unless it's pretty obscure, I reckon I'd probably know.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm letting you roll a religion check.
can I roll one as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so the maidens are a sect of the daughter whose aspect is the lover, and they are sex workers, for want of a better term. They view the act of sex or making love as a religious experience,
Hmm.
Oh, wow.
and
Okay.
and their prayer is literally to fuck
Yeah, okay, so with the reaction from the Dwarven Maid, it clicks with me, I guess, and I go, oh, I know where they've seen this before.
Yeah,
I mean, no, that's not what
I
I
bet
mean.
you do. I
Sure
bet
you
you do,
do,
Rhaegar.
I'll help you, Freya.
I explain to Zar, because she's the only other one there, I think. This is a aspect of blah blah blah. What you just said. It's not that common in the city, or at least I haven't seen it much.
If you want to make an insight check,
Me? Okay.
yes, you
Oh,
and Zar.
Sorry, what was that?
Anyone who heard him explain what the necklace was can make an insight check.
Alrighty.
Oh! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
finally, someone more insightful than Rogar. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought it's hard.
Okay, I think there isn't anyone who's not a party member in the chat, but if you are in the chat and not a party member, go ahead and say something.
You're welcome.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and you could win not one, but 2 Steam codes.
We are being super insightful suddenly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how would Tolbin relate to Tolbin? You, sort of as discussed, sexuality to you is weird. Like
I get it because
Yeah.
I know animals and stuff, and I appreciate its need, like it's as a requirement and stuff, but I really don't care for it myself.
yeah, to you it is like it is an animalistic desire that needs to be taken care of when it needs to be taken care of. And so, like, you've heard in other small towns and villages that you've moved through that there are these people, but you don't remember seeing any houses of the maiden in the city at all. And Zar, you know that it's not quite outlawed, but it is like frowned upon because there is a sex workers union in the city, and the maidens refuse to join it. Sex workers guild, I should say, and the maidens refuse to join it, and so the sex workers guild tries to make their life as difficult as possible. So you don't actually remember seeing any of the temples to the maiden either. It is, for all mechanical senses, a church brothel.
Yep.
Church's got to make their money somehow.
Oh, they make their money. Don't worry.
Alrighty. Well, given we haven't found anything here, do we want to check out Mr. Fancy Pants' room?
Well, Mr. Fancy Pants is in it. That's
Mr. Fancy Pants is very drunk.
He's not so drunk anymore. He's sort of sitting on his bed. His door is closed.
Yep.
Do you want to knock on it and offer him a drink?
He's probably not too keen on seeing me, given what I said to him last time.
Yeah,
Maybe
probably.
we tell him that.
I'll go in there and be
downstairs
all
because Colin will
charismatic.
Buy him a drink.
Yeah, I'll pop downstairs and get a drink and take it back up to the room and knock on the door, and then in my most charismatic buddy-like way, if he answers, I'll say, "Hey, do you want a drink? It's been a rough night."
He says, "Go away."
Oh wow! Persuade?
You could try through a door.
That's a disadvantage. What isn't it?
No, I mean you're just going to need to roll high.
Oh, okay.
Say the right thing, and you might reduce that difficulty.
I've got
So what did he say? He said, "Go away."
Go away.
So, look, you're clearly on edge. Like, I just want to help you relax a bit. Come on, let's have a drink with me.
Fine.
Persuasion of 20.
Persuasion of 20. He says, fine.
20. Yeah.
Comes in. The window to his room is now open. The cold air is coming in.
Mhm.
He is sitting on his bed. Well, he was, you think, sitting on his bed.
That wasn't open before?
It wasn't open before.
Okay. Is there a chair or anything in the room?
No, there is this chest and the bed.
I pass him a drink and I lean up against the wall or something
Yeah.
and then offer out the mug to him as a cheers, and I'll ask him, so what's going on with you and all those other guys? Like, you don't seem to get along all that great.
Oh, you don't understand what it's like. My family has been in service to the Lord of Greenhaven for over 800 years. We have served him faithfully and well, and because I make a few mistakes here and there, I am constantly berated and given hopeless, horrible assignments like this one.
What made this assignment hopeless?
You know how far away we are from any sort of civilization?
We're out in the sticks a bit, it's true.
Oh, I see. You think your city is some sort of civilized place. No. He's still very drunk. He said, no. You have no
Have you been to that inn?
You have no poetry, you have no culture. All you have is walls. You live in a necropolis to an ancient race that nobody understands.
But that's pretty exciting and interesting though, right?
Oh yes, graveyards. Thrill a minute.
Oh, I don't know. We've been inside the wall.
Ah yes, of course you have. And you can sell me a map for only a gold coin, right?
Ask anybody when you go into the city about the
Oh,
Friendly
yeah,
Friends.
no,
That we've been inside the wall.
Sorry, excuse me, what? Did you call yourself the Friendly Friends?
Not helping you, Czar.
Ah, that's not really your company's name, is it? Is it?
I pull out the the charter and show him.
Yeah. I say yeah, it was Tobin's
Pop my
idea.
head in and go,
No one else
I'm
had a
not
better
with these guys.
time.
Oh my god, what a... Oh, that's ridiculous. That'll strike terror into the hearts of your enemies. Say what? Stop there, evildoer, or I will friend you to death. Oh!
Yes, I suppose you could use the euphemism friend for what we do to people. Yeah, sure.
A friend.
Like we
He
friended
gets-
those zombies and wraiths outside. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets up and he shuts the window and he says, I have no idea why that barmaid opened that window. She said it was to make me feel better. It didn't.
When did she do that?
Oh, I don't know. Shortly after you all went downstairs, I suppose.
That's interesting.
I think she thinks I'm a little bit drunk.
That couldn't possibly be the case, could it?
Sure, you could be. You can drink more than this, right?
He looks mournfully into his empty cup. He somehow drunk it while you weren't noticing.
Do we have any more on us?
I don't have any on me. I just
Do
stole
you-
some from.
Are either of
That's
you proficient in the medicine skill?
Oh God!
I am
definitely
half
not.
proficient because I have everything half.
Yeah, you can make me a roll at disadvantage, Zar.
Oh, better than what I get. I mean, plus your own medicine, not. proficient.
I have medicine.
I don't think you're in the room though.
Ah.
12.
He is, you suspect, like a clinically alcoholic.
I was pretty much sure of that already. But yes.
So, yeah.
Right. Okay.
the way that he drinks and the amount that he drinks, you suspect that
What?
he's an
So,
alcoholic.
what did the barmaid say when she opened your window? Did she say anything to you?
She said that she wanted to help me freshen up.
While we're chatting, I'm just looking around the room for anything unusual.
You can make me an investigation check. Or perception.
I think.
Can I also investigate?
It doesn't really matter to me. It's +0 either way. So here you go. I'll do an investigation. 13.
Don't notice anything, really, at
Okay.
all. Yeah, you can if you want, Zara.
That's better.
Yeah. You look around the room and you don't notice any sort of like, you think that even after an hour or so, a spell like that would leave some sort of after effect, and you don't notice anything.
Sort of after I noticed, sort of look around and go, "There's nothing here." After the conversation with him about the barmaid, and given that, you know, I've already kind of been suggesting to the barmaid that we could be like helpful and that kind of stuff, I'm going to go and like have a chat to her.
Okay.
I can't move my character though because they're gone off my movable screen.
Hey, really?
I can only see like half of Lord Fancy Pants, and I can't actually see myself on my screen. I can't get out there.
You zoom out?
Yeah, I got him now. Thank you. No.
Okay.
Was her door closed or not?
It was not closed. She's sitting on her bed, and the window to her room is also open.
I'm going to knock politely and go, "Excuse me, do you mind if I come in?"
She says, "Oh, well, I don't suppose I'm getting any sleep tonight. Sure, come in."
And I'll sort of...
I'm going to stay with Fancy Pants just because it's rude to just sort of budge into his room, have a drink with him, and then piss off.
Yep.
But I'm listening carefully as best I can to whatever's going on next room. Signs of bad things happening, basically, is what I'm keeping an ear up for.
Yep.
If Zara screams, I'll go running, basically.
Sure.
I'm going to sort of say to her, you know, I noticed downstairs when the suggestion of not having your own room was mentioned, you seemed upset by that. Is there a reason for that?
So, could you say what you said again?
I noticed downstairs earlier when there was mention of after my performance that I'd perhaps get your room, that you seemed upset by that. Is there somebody who's like bothering you or something that, you know?
No, I just didn't want to sleep on the floor.
That's pretty fair.
How long have you been working here for?
Oh, I about 3 or 4 weeks now.
Also a relatively new posting. Where were you from before that?
Why are you questioning me?
Oh, just as I said, I felt like you were scared earlier, and you know, I just wanted to get to know you a little bit better.
What are you doing? Can you make me a performance check, please, sir?
Sure.
$20. Is there a skill called suspicion?
I can do deception.
No, I mean your. I think performance is more likely to be what you'd be doing here. You're playing a role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems to relax, and she says, "Yeah, I when the war kicked off down south, I came north, trying to find somewhere safe. I was in the city briefly, but I didn't like it."
What didn't you like about the city? I'm from the city, and I really enjoy it there.
It's dirty. It's loud. There's too many people, too many things happening. I was from a small village. I needed something smaller.
Which village?
Now make me a deception check. Oof.
Bloody
Sure.
hell.
She says, I'm from Caramore.
Does that ring a bell at all to me?
You can make me a... maybe a Arcana check? No, it's not Arcana at all. History, I suppose.
I'm like, what?
History.
I think Mum's talking.
Oof.
Oof.
No,
Brutal.
never heard of it.
And what did you do in Caramore?
I worked at the local millers.
What do you think about all these zombie attacks? I mean, they're like, it's a bit weird, isn't it?
She seems to relax.
And I'll be looking at like
When
insight
you-
or perception kind of thing as we
Yeah.
go.
When you change topics to the zombie attack, she sort of seems to relax and says, "I have no idea. It's very weird. We just don't have things like that in the Dragonholts."
Were the Dragonholts down south?
South.
The same area? Yeah, okay. Just wanted to double check that it's the same area that she said she's coming from. So meanwhile, I'm sort of doing can I do like an investigation, just like sort of glancing around the room kind of thing as I'm talking to her, like trying to not be obvious about it.
You can make me a deception check and then an investigation check. Okay. Oof.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, this is how this is going to go.
She admits to everything.
As you look around the room, you realize that
There's a knife hanging on the wall.
yeah,
still
there's a bloody knife hanging on a wall. You realize that up against the wall, this shared wall, there is a pattern. Dried. Well, why are you not... Here we go. There is a pattern here
Yep.
of...
in that black space. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So it goes up against the wall, and it's half of the circle is on the wall and half of the circle is on the floor. And
And this is the wall that joins straight into the room next door, isn't it? Where the murder happened?
no, the murder
No.
happened one room over.
2 doors over. Yep.
So nobody moved their character. This is very important.
Sorry.
So she, and as you notice that, you aren't quite able to keep. Maybe it's because you're tired. Maybe it's because you're feeling the weight of trying to find this murderer. But she notices you noticing and says, "Well, shit." And then suddenly she speaks some dark words in a language you've never heard before and grabs her and goes like this and then like sort of unsheaths a sword that isn't there, but as she unsheaths the sword it appears and says, "You really should have just minded your own business," and attacks you.
Of course she does.
Uh,
Screaming as well.
Yeah, I scream.
so
Get in here!
So before you do that, roll me a percentage dice. and pick high or low.
High.
High. Now, do you want high to
sorry.
represent? That's all right. It's fine. Well, no, you're gonna have to roll again.
Oh.
But we're
Okay.
not accepting that. Do you want high to represent that you shut the door when you came in an effort to engender some sort of private feeling, or you had enough presence to remember to leave the door open?
I will say high. Leave the door open.
Okay. Roll me a percent roll.
Oh God! So close.
Sorry.
Can't get much closer.
This was like a 60-40 thing, though, right?
No, it was a 50-50. It was a 50-50.
Oh God!
Sorry.
One off.
That's okay. I can open doors.
Yeah, you
You can
can.
open walls, man.
Now,
That might be quicker.
you are surprised.
No shit.
Roll for initiative.
I noticed the stuff on the wall.
All of us?
Surely I was surprised.
You're still surprised. like you didn't expect it. Roll for initiative, but roll at disadvantage. Okay. Did you get 12?
Yep.
You might have beat her. Yeah, you've beat her.
Okay.
She gets off a quick snap of her fingers, but before she's able to attack you, you're able to move.
Do something. Yeah.
Yeah, you can attack. You can do whatever. You have an attack against her or a spell
Alright.
casting or whatever.
So, can I open the door and still have an action, or does that count as an action? Is opening the door a
Open-
bonus action?
Opening the door. Well, you don't know yet. You need to try.
Nice.
Surely I'd know roughly how long it takes to open the door.
How about you at
you-
least
you
not
think-
like screaming incoherently?
Yeah.
I am going to attempt to cast hideous laughter on her while screaming, and then I'll scream for help.
Okay. Send me the hideous laughter spell card. Okay. No worries. So what's your wisdom? What's your spell DC?
15.
Okay.
Okay, she passes. Sorry.
Yep.
Do I get a bonus if it's a really bad joke?
All right. Tell me what the joke is.
I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. It's really hard to put down.
Ah, that's terrible. No, you don't get a bonus.
Oh, come on!
although you have the DM's favor. Yeah,
I also, as a bonus action, try and open the door.
you can certainly try.
I'll try.
As you reach out, you realise that that there is some sort of barrier across the door.
Fucking host. Knock down the wall, Rogar!
I'll let you scream that out. She goes, you should have just left it alone, and then will attack you twice with her sword. So, does a 17 hit you?
Yes.
She will hit you and do 4 points of damage. Sorry, 9 points of damage.
Alrighty. I will then.
It's sand.
I guess I'm going to try and hit her while these guys try and get to me.
So it is now everybody else's turn. We move into.
You want initiative, right?
What's that?
You want initiative. basically.
I do initiative. Yes, please. Let's
I'm at 12.
hold on.
And select your character.
Select your carrier. Yeah.
Roll for Warden. I'll roll for Warden, but you'll need to.
Whoa!
Brian, won't you?
No, if you select Warden and send it, it should work.
He's downstairs, so I can't do it. So somebody else do him.
No, he's right here.
Where is he? I can't see him.
We can't select him. No.
I can't select him.
That's okay.
Can't select-
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you can't select him. Okay, yeah, just send it to the chat then.
Warden is on 24.
Jesus, Warden.
I was trying to protect this lovely barmaid.
As soon as we found out, she went in there and opened the window. It's like, oh,
Yeah, which is why I went and questioned her. But
yeah.
I should have said as I walked through that I was leaving the door open.
Well, you were 1% off doing that.
Nine, really?
So,
Okay.
which room are you in, Zar?
With the barmaid.
Yeah, hold down your mouse. Okay, cool. Because I'm in here, so I might be able to bust through the wall.
There's a barrier.
Room
Break
between
the wall
you
down.
two.
There
You
is
have
no
to
room
break
between
through 2 walls to get to
Yeah.
her.
Oh, right.
Well, I've got one wall to go through. It depends what the wall's made of. Whether how easy this is going to be.
them. I imagine she probably would have just done the door.
Okay, what's Warden doing?
I don't know where he is. Because I can't see him.
He's over here.
He might come and try and pummel at the door, I guess, and see whether he can get through that, or would he go into and he tries to attack the wall
Yeah,
at
somebody
the door.
somebody make 4 attack rolls for me.
Alright, I'll do it from thingy because he's open.
Or
Attack
no
with the
growling.
water stuff. He's unarmed strike. It doesn't really matter. They're both the same attack.
Yeah.
Chloe! Are you talking?
22 will definitely hit.
Second one was a 26
20.
at 20.
Yep. So what does he roll? He rolls an 8 and adds 3. He rolls a die 8 and adds 3.
The quarterstaff is a D6 and adds 3.
Oh, okay, add d6 and adds 3. So 6 plus 9
I need the
plus 4.
Don't
Oh,
press
wait.
the light switches, Gabriel.
6 plus 9.
The other one's
Six
VR.
Hold on.
9
I'm mathing.
four.
It hurts. 9 plus 4 is 13 plus 6 is 19. Okay. Next attack.
Yeah.
So he can't attack with the quarterstaff.
Same thing. He gets plus 6 and it's 1d6 plus 3. It doesn't actually make a difference.
Huh? The
His
quarterstaff.
quarterstaff and unarmed strike are actually the same. 1d6
Okay.
plus 3.
Okay. 5,
This last
24.
one. I did it as an unarmed for you.
Yeah, 24 and 34. As the last blow lands, the you see the the barrier go and
And as that happens, one yells, "Doors open!"
it's now her turn. She is going to attack you once with her sword.
Oh, she is.
And I don't think an 8 will hit you.
No.
And then she'll go, things are getting a little bit too warm for me here. And then she'll sort of step sideways, and as she steps to the side, a door opens up, and she steps through the door, and the door closes.
If only that hideous laughter had worked, she would have stayed here.
And she appears here. And She
Yes.
says. She says
Okay.
to.
Fine.
Does she appear with frost and stuff?
A circle of ice appears on the ground, and then she steps through, and then as she steps through, she says, "Quick! I too serve seas over skies. These strangers are the ones that killed the herald."
But you've left the same circly
It's
ice
not your-
teleport stuff.
It's not your go just yet, but
Oh.
Castellan, you're up.
Is there a reaction, you say? Say something.
Don't know.
Oh, caw.
So I'm still downstairs, Ryan. So what do I actually know, and what have I heard?
Good.
So you have heard the.
Rory. Look
You
at
can
me.
make a perception check for me.
Rory.
Castellan?
Yeah. Oh, natural 20.
Natural 20. Once again, if you're in the stream, say something, let us know. You can win something. So you hear Zar say, you hear, oh, and then you hear, the door's open! And that's what you hear.
Alright, well, so I'm assuming I haven't been particularly successful at getting much sleep, so I'm just like, alright, fuck this.
Yeah.
From where I am, how much, I guess I could try the dash action, Brian, to get upstairs as quickly as possible. Where do I get to?
Let me see. So I'll be generous and say 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 20. 20 to get to the top of the stairs, Castellan. So 20 to be where you are on that map.
Okay. And what dash is gives me a total of 60, right?
Well, 20 to be here, correct. So you could, do another however many if you wanted to dash.
So by the time I'm there, have I heard anything else?
No.
Alright, well, I guess I'll just kind of... Well, I guess I'm just trying to imagine what would I do. So I can see Warden, who's standing at that door, who's just smashed the door.
Yep.
Don't lean against the door. Come on.
And can I hear any voices or anything coming from the other room?
Yeah, so you can... Oh, you already rolled a perception. Because you got a nat 20, I'll say that you also heard, as you come up the stairs, a voice from this room say, It's the newcomers. They're the one that killed the Herald. I too serve skies overseas.
Well, that's enough for me then.
Oh no.
How many fireballs left?
There's going to be a fire in that room. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't have any left.
Doesn't have any left. So firewall and
Just
whole
can't
room's
tell
out of the
lucky.
question. Burn the inn down. Nuke it from orbit. It's
So
the only way to
basically,
be
I think
sure.
I can get to there, Brian, and that's my move. And yeah, I think that's about really all
The door is
I can
open,
do.
so you should be able to see things.
I can now see things, and that's not particularly useful until my next turn.
Ah, yes.
Tolbin, you can go now. You can say what you want to say.
Alrighty, so I say... So, hang on, you said that you're with these guys, but you just teleported in and made the same circly ice things as what we know the murderer used, and that was you.
That's
Is
a
she
lot.
still
That's a
holding-
lot to say in like 3 seconds.
Is she still holding the spectral sword?
Yes, she is.
Okay. I'm like, oi, you just teleported and you got a magic knife sword thing. You're a bad guy. Do I then get a regular action, or is that my action in speaking?
So you could say something shorter and act, but saying that much would take up your action.
All right. I'm going to stick with exposition over action.
Okay. So I will allow for you to roll a persuasion check.
Oh, God. This is not going to be good.
You might roll on that 20. You never know.
Yeah, I get a -1 to, like, charisma stuff. Yeah.
10. If we were.
The halflings look to you and they're like, where's the third halfling? There it is.
That is a good question. So I was going to ask before, Brian, is the fact that there's like the symbol of Wolf on the beds significant in any way?
I looked up night elf or drow beds, and that's all I could find.
Okay.
I'm getting reverb off someone. So they look at you and then they look at her and go, "What?" Like they're undecided right now.
Yeah.
Zar, your go.
Okay, and I guess I'm just going to dash where I've heard where she went.
Ooh, the reverb's off.
It's from me.
I think so.
Headset.
It should be from me. Felix, the bang is
Felix,
lighting up.
You're reverbing.
How do I always talk about?
I don't know.
Yeah, I would have heard.
Make sure you're on push to talk. Maybe. I don't know. No, hello? No, okay, it's gone. So you're doing what now, Zara?
I heard, like, I know which general direction she went from being able to hear. Can I do a perception to check?
You can.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, no idea.
In that case, so 10. Actually, no, I'm only going to be able to go 15. So I'm going to walk out into the hallway and call out. Where did she go?
All right.
Because I can only be half distance at the moment as well.
Rogar, you're not going to have to roll perception to hear any of this because you heard it all. What do you want to do?
What exactly did I hear? I didn't hear Tolban say anything or anything, did I?
Yeah, you heard. Ooh, the door's open.
All right. Well, for starters, I would move out of the room, and so 5, 10, 15 foot of move just to there. I'd be level with Warden, and I'd see the room's empty.
The room is empty, correct.
And Zar's, what are you doing, Zar? Are you running down the hallway?
Yeah, so when you got to here, you heard Zar go, "Where is she?"
Great. I would move up to Zar.
Given where Castellan is, we'd probably notice that Castellan had come up the stairs because he was downstairs.
If I can't perceive any threats in this hallway where all my peeps are, I'm probably taking a defensive stance and trying to perceive any threats.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't do more. I've got no target.
Nothing.
You coming?
Okay, so it is Alwyn's turn. What are you doing?
I'm going to move up to here, yell down the staircase to the orc, who's currently just oblivious to the entire thing, telling him in Orcish that his people are currently under attack by the barmaid.
That's a lot to say in 3 seconds.
Well, your people are under attack.
Okay.
Not by me.
How do you know that they're under attack by the barmaid? You haven't seen that.
Well, I was out
All you heard was, and then Warden run to the door and start kicking it in for no reason.
Oh, well, in which case, I don't yell at
Been
them.
running out of that room and said, "Where is she?"
Yeah,
If
and then
he's still back here, then going.
and then no,
What
and
the
then
hell's
and then you heard Tsar run out and say, "Where is she?" And Rogar ran next to Tsar and said, "What's happening?"
Oh, in which
Selling
case,
coming up the stairs.
And Castellan came up the stairs.
I turned to the 3 people next to me and go, "What's happening?"
Okay,
That's it.
all right. I mean, you can do that because I understand your intent is to get over to here, and you can sit here and say to Tsar, "What's happening?" And then, like on her turn, she can, this is what's happening.
Yeah. I would have noticed Gazellen running through the corridors, so I would have been heading in the general direction, being that we're all in a state of alert at the moment. So, yeah, all right, let's go with that.
Okay. So it is now, I think, Castellan. You up?
My turn?
Warden. It's Warden's turn.
Yeah.
Borden, upon seeing that, he would have seen her disappear. I reckon, given, has he heard it, like he saw her disappear, then did he hear any noise coming from the room where they all are?
You can make a perception check for Warden.
Did we just lose that?
Yeah, my beyond 20
Got
just
it?
re
Oh, yeah, but you got
started. Hang on.
Yeah, you've been dropping in and out a lot.
Okay, one sec. Okay, so there's Warden's perception check.
Warden hasn't heard anything, and is in fact now questioning why he was beating a door down.
What?
He did see the thing disappear though, so he'd probably maybe move over to the rest of us and go, "Hey, what's going on? What's happening?"
Yeah, I mean it's fair enough to say that Warden would move over to you or Castellan and say what's going on.
Take him to Castellan.
Of course.
Well, actually, to be fair, he saw me come out of the room, so it'd probably be me. Let's be realistic here.
Okay.
Be like, what's going on, Zah?
Yep. Now, it is her turn. She will cast. You managed to engender the only condition in which she would fight, which is confront her by yourself.
Oh,
Who,
wonderful. Me.
All right.
I should have used my ability, which makes her frightened of me.
That would have helped.
Sorry. Okay. She will point at Castellan and say, "Look! She's getting ready to cast a spell!" And cast Eldritch Blast at you.
I'm going to use shield for this one.
Okay. What is... Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, but let's see if it works. What is your AC?
With shield, it is 18.
Sorry, compadre. She rolled a 19 plus 3. Plus 3. I only actually made this character a warlock after talking to Castellan about warlocks and hexblades.
Well, she's a warlock then.
Yeah, I thought that was the
didn't even
case.
realise
After she
what
whipped
you
out that sword from nowhere, I was like,
Originally, they were just going to be a rogue, but I was reading about Pact Blade and I thought it was cool. You are paralyzed for up to 1 minute. You cannot move. At the end of your turn, you can make a wisdom save.
Does he need to move?
Yeah, all of your spells.
I can't attack.
It means you can't attack because all of your spells will have at least a the movement part of it.
Semantic.
Semantic,
No?
yeah.
Is it semantic? Verbal, yeah.
Make a spell, so verbal would be movement as well, alright?
Yeah.
Gotta move your lips.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Paralyzed people can talk.
Yeah.
They're not,
No, I'm
they're
going to
not
say he can't
properly
cast spells
paralysed,
that require verbal or semantic.
Is
Okay.
it full paralyzed? As in
Yeah, he cannot move. Fully paralyzed.
any muscles, so can't
Nothing.
talk.
Paralyzed. Can't do anything until the end of this. Until the end of his turn, which is the next turn, and then can attempt to save.
Shit.
Your turn next. So just make your save. Wisdom saving throw.
What is it? Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Something happened.
Fortunately, you do not save. Tolbin, it is your go.
Alrighty. I go Eke Thump. Cast my Shillelagh.
Yeah.
And then now is this person the dead person?
That is the dead person that they have all been very reverently wrapping in a funeral cloth.
Yeah, cool. So I Eke Thump, walk up to here, and as I go to bash her, say, look at her sword! And then go in for an Eke Thump at her face.
So I guess you're trying to convince them that she's the bad guy?
Yep.
So you will need to make me a persuasion check, please.
And not that this isn't an important role, but this is an important role. Okay?
That I'm on -1 for.
Yeah, sorry, but if they side with her, it's going to get a lot harder for us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
You don't persuade them, but they're still not sure what's going on. This is all happening very fast. But they all have their weapons out now, those that had weapons to hand.
Cool. So yes, I shillelagh her.
Okay, go ahead.
What was my coin flip for this morning? I can't remember.
Oh god, I haven't watched it, but it was disadvantage. It was your first one since it was disadvantage.
I flail and miss.
Okay.
Notepad.
Oh, sorry. You're not supposed to see that. It's an easy way for me to keep the hit points up.
Yeah. It's one in you of it.
Alright, so I did that.
I wasn't looking. Can you do it again, Brian?
I did that because I knew you were looking.
A lot of AFC.
So yeah, you do miss.
Yeah,
Zah,
I think with the pin I would.
you're up. You saw some sort of twisting dark energy shoot out from inside that room, and Castellan is now standing still without being able to move.
Alrighty, so what does the dash action do again?
The dash action gives you double your movement.
But then you can't do anything after that, yeah?
You can't move, yeah.
Alright, given that I'm exhausted, I'm not going to get anywhere, so I'm going to dash.
Okay.
I'll stand there and notice that she's in there and just pop into the room 30.
Okay.
And stop.
All right. Rogar, you saw the same thing.
I was going to say, as I'm running, can I go... the barmaid, she's behind it.
You can make me a... I'll allow it. It's pretty much what you do is convince people.
While I'm running, yeah.
Yeah.
Persuasion?
Persuasion, yeah. Whoa!
I do it.
That works. They join the initiative round.
Yay! I'll be right back.
Okay. Rogar, you're up.
Okay. It's a really crowded room in there, isn't it? Oh, well, I'm going to progress 1, 14, 15. Damn. 30 foot gets me to there. And it's a very busy room now.
Yeah.
So, just zoom in and see what's going on. Zar got in there. I can't get in there. Can I see the barmaid from...
You can't stand on top.
So you can't.
Friendly
You
squares,
can pass through. You can pass through any. This room is big enough for you to pass through. Somebody, Jamie. It's not like a corridor in a dungeon that's very small. You can. Just a callback. You can. You can indeed pass through anybody, but you can't finish your turn on a square that somebody else is in.
Yeah, I figured so I could go further in, but that doesn't achieve me anything. I could be standing on the bed after a double move sort of thing. But
You can stand on the dead body, maybe.
We're trying to convince them we're on their side, so defiling their whole body.
Can he move in and then attack and then move out? Do you have enough attack to do that?
Where I am right now is taking a 30-foot move, so that's my move action pretty much done. And because I can't charge from here, that's it for me. Other than I could do a range attack, I suppose. So out comes a sling again for the second session in a row, and I sling the barmaid because I heard Zar say the barmaid's behind it, and clearly there's a fight going on in here with the barmaid. I don't know what the other guys are doing yet, but if they start attacking my friends, they're on the hit list as well. But for now, it's just the barmaid. So attacking the barmaid with sling. Oh my god!
That sling is super effective.
Wow, that sling is awesome.
It's like a charmed sling.
Okay, so I think you can use that if somebody dies. Like you can't use it on. You couldn't use it on the.
Yeah,
herald.
I mean, if she's dying, then I will use it. Like if the barmaid, I'm talking.
Okay, cool. Yep, that's perfectly fine. What did you roll? 24. You crit. What the fuck?
I critted with a freaking sling.
So it's 4 plus 1. So 4 plus 1 is 5 plus the roll of 1.
Wow.
You did 6 points of damage.
Okay.
You see the sling impact on her right shoulder, and she turns around and looks at you confused for a moment. Like she didn't expect. Yeah, she didn't expect that. Alwyn, it's your turn.
It's not my go-to move, but limited options.
Seeing everyone run up to the room, I also
Run up to the
run up to the room.
Look at all those people in a straight line he can shoot.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm not going to be able to shoot anything. But
Castellan's lining up a lightning bolt right now. It's like,
I'm just looking at what it looks like from Castellan's perspective right now, and he can actually, from that point, see. Yeah, you're gonna have to roll that at disadvantage, dude. There is 1, 2, 3 people between you and the barmaid.
Yeah,
it's partial cover. Yeah, fair enough.
I'm unsure as to what.
Partial cover.
I'm kind of peering into the room, going, "There's too many people in there. I don't like. If we're all aiming for the barmaid, I'm not getting there." So
she's a really tall dwarven barmaid, right?
Yes, very tall.
Technically, with 30,
taller than the halflings, but probably not.
Technically, with a move of 30, he can get to here.
He'd be at double movement, moving through Rogar for certain. Through the halflings and your smaller creatures, he'd be at normal movement.
Okay, so he doesn't quite make it to there because of Rogar. You could dash to there and then not attack this round.
Yeah. Do I have to roll for dash, or is it just a thing?
You could shoot pretty much from there. You've got line of sight.
I do have line of sight. I can see her, but
it's just disadvantage. If you shoot me in the back of the head, though, I'll be angry. I'll let you know now.
Why would we be angry? He does it all the time.
Yeah, should be used to it by now.
It's not like it's a new thing.
They are halflings in front of us, so yeah. I don't. No, Alwyn's not going to shoot because it doesn't expect to be able to hit a dwarf in a room full of people past Rogar. He's already feeling a bit, sheepish about the whole shooting you all in the back a few times. So no, he's not. He's just rushing up to find out what the hell's going on in the room. The end.
Okay. Now it is Warden.
Where is he again?
Ninjas in, flips over everyone.
Yeah, he's going to do some acrobatic bullshit, right? Oh no, he can't get in there without landing on top of the body, and he wouldn't do that. Like, he wouldn't fight from on top of a corpse of somebody that we have no reason to... That, we're trying to... Would he?
I don't think so.
I don't think he would.
Not really.
So he might... He doesn't really have anything else that he can do, does he?
Yeah. He needs some, throwing styles or something.
Yeah, has he got anything throwy?
Nah.
I don't think so,
Not
no.
historically.
He has darts.
Yeah, he could move to here.
He does have darts.
And then try and throw a dart.
How disadvantaged would that be?
He'd have to roll high, and he'd be rolling at disadvantage. Yeah, that's the only spot where he would see her.
Well, the only time he's going to hit somebody if he rolls a 1, yeah? Other than this target?
Maybe. I don't know.
Can he see from there?
No.
Okay.
I just double checked.
Well, maybe just move him into that spot that I pinged, and he might attempt to get into the room next turn to be able to reach her.
Okay. She's going to burn one of her heroic actions.
Of course she is.
Heroic actions, hey.
Oh wait, we've got the wrong person. She's a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't I tell you guys?
We're the bad guys. I remember.
You told us that there'd be a TPK coming soon.
I I said that I'm not going to protect you from a TPK. I'm not sure that's the same thing.
Yeah, no, I read between the lines.
She casts fireball on the room. Look at everyone grouped up. I mean, come on. Castella's like rubbing his hands in glee if this was like a all-in
full of enemy.
Okay. We'll cast it here. Everybody there, please make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution? Ugh.
Zar, you don't get any bonuses from Warden.
My aura?
No.
Anyone in my aura can get +5.
Except me.
Yeah, you're still like exhausted level 2, aren't
you? Yep.
Ouch.
Exhausted level 6 and you die. Fun fact.
Lovely.
Good times.
DM doesn't really like the bar.
Yeah. He's been saying I'm like...
Hey, listen, I was laughing my tits off. I was laughing my tits off when Adam picked it up, and then he passed his saving throw, and I was like, oh. I was like, maybe he'll pick up another one. And I was like, there's another sword over there. Do you want to pick it up, Adam? Yeah. So I was like, oh, I'll get it.
I saw Adam pick it up, alright. I was like, yeah, well, I'll pick one up. Like, as a character, if you saw one pick one up, you know, you'd pick one up as well.
Oh.
Yes.
Sorry about this, friendo. You fail your Constitution saving throw and take 6, 24, 38, 412. Take 14 points of thunder damage. Somebody roll for Warden.
I will. I've got it open. I did have it open.
Rogar, you take, for passing, you take 7 points of thunder damage, halved, because you are wearing your armor.
Protections.
So
I actually thought you said hunger damage originally, Brian. I was like...
Hunger damage. No, I had many helpings of roast.
Yeah. And then you take... so you only take 4 points.
Okay.
Has his book been taken into account, by the way, on his Constitution thingy there?
Yes, it has.
Oh, wow. He had -2?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Okay. And he gets +5, though, so that's 15.
And he fails and takes 16 points of... How many? You took 14. He takes 14 as well.
Okay, well, you might need to do that, because I can't.
And then...
Can't edit his sheet.
I can. 14. I'll just put it down here. And then she says... She goes, oof, it's a little bit crowded in here. And she turns, and as she turns... She sort of slides into a door, but as she turns, because she is leaving the square that she's in, Tolbin, you get an attack of opportunity on her.
And the halfling.
And the halfling, yes.
Alrighty, so that's just a regular attack?
It's just a regular attack.
What door is she going into?
She made an action. And then she has a heroic action that she can... 16 will... just hit, actually.
Woohoo! 9 points.
9 points of damage.
That interrupts her spell cast.
She's not casting a spell. It's a heroic action.
Back to where she came from. And she's back in the other room again.
Math is hard.
What are you trying to do?
So how much was it, Tolbin?
9.
What is 9 from 182?
5.
Touche.
-3.
It's 173.
173.
173, yeah.
Did you like the speed of my response?
Yeah, it was good. It was touche. Very well done. Okay. She
If we didn't all laugh,
disappears.
you might have got away with it. Yeah.
She disappears. Oh, the elf will miss. The elf takes out 2 blades and goes shoo shoo. Sorry, the halfling takes out 2 blades and goes shoo shoo, and she just like sidesteps through and is gone.
Vanishes.
Yeah.
It's almost as if she was meant to survive this encounter. Plot armor.
I mean, not really.
I don't think this encounter was supposed to happen.
No,
no,
you were supposed to leave alone and go back to bed.
I was hoping that you were going to catch her. I just didn't think you'd confront her alone. But she does have. She does have.
In hindsight, that wasn't very bright.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
I want to go and check the other room to make sure.
Castellan, you can attempt to get out of it.
So wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw, yeah.
God damn it.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to sing him a song and use a bardic inspiration die to give to him that he can add it to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw next time.
You could do that, yeah. But won't that consume an action of yours?
Yeah, true. Whose turn is it?
Who's after Castellan?
Not mine.
Tobin. So I can only move unhindered through difficult terrain that is plant-based.
Correct.
These people are not plant-based.
No. Are you a human being? No, I am a meat popsicle.
1, 2, 3, 4. I could kind of move to there. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Hang on. No, I think I have detect magic.
You do, I believe.
I do.
Are you going to cast that and tell us that portal she went through was magical? Is that what you're going to do?
She made a portal.
No. Like, I can detect... Like, I'm assuming I've figured out that she's warlocky.
Yeah.
And she at least uses... Yeah. So, if I do a detect magic... That...
30 feet. Where are you? Where's Tobin? I can't see him.
I'm in the corridor now.
Are you standing under someone?
Me?
Yes, I was. Okay,
And
I'm in the corridor.
Okay, you detect magic. You can detect the portal, the spell that she cast inside the room, but you can't tell where she came back.
God damn it. Might be outside since we cleared it of zombies as well. I say out loud.
I can't imagine she'd stay in the inn, given how many active hostiles there are in the inn for her now, but you never know.
Look how far away can she teleport? That's the other question.
At my guess, if she stayed in the inn at all, it would be only to get something from her room, potentially.
So those people who are proficient in Arcana can make an Arcana check on their turn.
Including or not?
Including you, but you are you proficient in it or half proficient?
Half.
So you could make it at disadvantage.
Okay.
On their turn to figure out what spell is used, and that will tell you how far she can go.
Okay, so Halfling's going next.
It's not full of teleport, obviously. It's like shadows.
Halflings go next, and the you see the the silver dragonborn grab a religious symbol whose the sigils are obscured as she grabs it, and focus in for a second, and she goes, "Warlock," and turns and points at the end of the corridor.
Yeah, she's gone back to her room.
Yeah, I reckon she's gone back to her room. Alright, then it's me. I'm not going to be able to make it that far, but I'm going to obviously move in that general direction.
Okay. You'd be moving at double through Rogar, so you'll only be able to...
Can I get to there?
Yeah, I'll let you get to there.
Yeah, that's basically as far as I will get.
Unless you want to dash.
Actually, I will dash. So how much to there?
You'll get another 15.
Dashing along to the thing going, I think she's gone back to her room.
Okay, and then it's Rogar.
Nothing's in immediate range, so I'm dashing down the hallway. So let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 30. 45, I get to there.
Okay.
And that is it. Hang on, is that her?
You just dashed into the wrong room.
Well...
No, that's... Oh, hang on. That's her room over here, isn't it?
Yeah, but...
That door was bashed open by Warden. Was there anyone in there?
That door was bashed open by Warden, yes.
Is there anyone in there as I go...
Can you see anybody in there?
Right, okay. Fine.
Sorry.
No, keep going.
I mean, you found her.
Oh, that is her. Right, yeah okay.
Is she holding beer?
Oh, I can't attack after a dash, can I? Or can I?
No. No, because it consumes your attack action.
Yeah, okay. I yell, "She's here!" So I level a shield in front of her just in case she goes to attack me.
I'm almost wondering whether we should spread out amongst other rooms, so when she teleports to random rooms, we can just whack her as she goes.
Whack-a-mole.
Whack.
Pretty much whack-a-mole, like pop up, whack.
I think she might be dangerous.
Yeah.
So maybe not splitting the party. Maybe.
I think splitting the party sounds like a great idea.
Thanks, Brian.
Don't we all want new characters? Time for a new start, right?
Time for a new start.
We can be the not so friendly enemies.
Alwyn, your turn.
This time we'll go through the portal.
Yeah. Alwyn, you'll go.
Right. Straight line, beeline towards it. I can actually see her. I am
sure
going to
can.
shoot past Rogar.
You sure can.
Are you going to shoot me in the back of the head? Is that what you're going to do?
Yes.
It's a distinct possibility.
No, he's not.
24?
24 will hit, yeah. How do you have plus 10? That is bullshit.
And how did you not plan a warrior on that?
And you didn't plan
I
a
get 2
warrior.
attack actions.
Oh, you can do it on the second one? Here we go.
You can only do it on one of the 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 18, 22 piercing damage.
22.
22 from 312.
Still 5.
Still 5.
-3.
-4.
She's dead.
Yeah. 22 from infinity is -5 infinity.
Infinity.
Yeah. It's just a smaller infinity.
It's just dead.
Okay, so Warden. Warden says, "I don't know what's going on, but I assume that barmaid is very bad."
Mm.
And he runs towards where people are shooting stuff.
He can 30 to there, and then 5, 10.
Doesn't he have a move of 40 though?
I don't think he does.
Oh,
Let me have a look. His walking speed is 45.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
wow.
30,
Yeah.
40,
Standard move to get him right next to the barmaid.
45, and then he can
Yep.
bonus action move to here, which means that he can only attack twice.
Okay, so 1 quarterstaff, 1 melee.
Sure. However you want to flavour it. $15 will miss.
Out of curiosity, what's the drunken fancy pants doing?
Are you in? Are you? You are. So
I can see him.
Yeah, thanks for asking. He looks like he's got a sword in him at the moment.
Sword in.
Oh, killed.
Yeah.
Oops.
Or on him.
In him.
Which was it? Sorry.
21.
In
So
him.
she takes
that's
6 points
bad.
of bludgeoning damage. 50. Okay. She looks quite winded now, like she's got an arrow sticking out of her. Warden's bloodied her nose. She doesn't look great.
She's under 300 hit points now, guys. Keep going.
You can do it.
We can do it.
You can do it. It's her go. So she's going to cast Eldritch Blast at Warden. Eldritch
Another question.
Blast.
Sorry. Is Fancy Pants actually dead or just mortally wounded at this point?
Fancy Pants. You don't know. You'd have to get in and check.
Yeah, okay. Oh, so he's not standing up and running around with a
No.
belt sword.
So he's lying on the bed. As you walked in, her sword was sticking into him. You've walked in, an arrow's gone over your shoulder. Warden's flipped past you and kicked her in the head.
Yep.
That's the sequence of events. Now she's throwing an Eldritch Blast at Warden. And will 13 hit? I don't think it will.
No, he's got 17.
13 won't hit. Castellan, you can make a saving throw. How many? 1, 2. This is the 4th round. Yeah, so you need to make another saving throw.
Yay.
Sorry, Castellan. I know this isn't fun for you.
Well, it's going to happen at some point, Ryan.
Being completely paralyzed. No.
14.
By the time I run down the hallway,
Plus-
I don't get it.
Oh, you don't get Warden's thing because he's run away from you. You don't get his thing.
Yeah, no bonuses for me. Sorry.
16 enough, Ryan?
What was the first one?
What was the first one?
I don't know what that was, sorry. I think that
Uh,
was a mess up from me.
16 is going to be enough.
Hooray!
You are free to act next turn.
Next turn.
Tobin, you're up.
That's rough.
Alrighty. So, do I know that she's in this room?
Well, everyone's over at this room.
Alright. Doop, 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 doop. So that's 5, 10, 15 to there. Okay. 30 to there. Ah, cool. I can see her. I have the line of sight. In which case, I might blast her with some kind of spell.
And you'll do it accurately, correct?
No
Yes.
problem. Right, so I really only have Moonbeam. And she can teleport pretty easily. Alright,
Also, everybody else in the room.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
room
the
isn't
only
much bigger than a 10-foot diameter.
How far is she? 10 feet? Excellent. because I have poison spray, which is 10 feet.
Yeah, but isn't that a line? Isn't that a line weapon?
It is. Damage, one action, instantaneous, con, at will, cantrip.
Can you send the spell card?
Puff of noxious gas. The creature. So it doesn't say like everyone in the line or anything.
I think that you're gonna get Rogar.
That's cool. He's tough.
It's not. But if you're gonna say it gets Rogar in future when he uses this, you've got to let him do a line attack like a lightning bolt.
It is a line attack like a lightning bolt.
That's what he's saying.
Not according to that. I just read that card. That's one target.
You extend your hand towards a creature you can see within range and project a puff of noxious gas from your palm.
Yeah, but it's on target. A creature you can see.
Fight.
It's not everything in between. That makes it way more powerful for a cantrip.
Okay. No, alright. Fair enough. 1d12 poison damage. And you did 12 poison damage.
15.
Say again? DC 15.
Con save.
Fails.
Ooh, excellent. In that case, please take 12 damage.
Okay. I've always just assumed that was a line attack thing.
I think it's like a
cold spray. It does sound like that. Yeah.
It does sound like it, yeah. It does seem to suggest it's just on a creature.
Yeah, but if it was multiple
I'm
targets,
assuming they think
powerful.
that you're going to be next to the creature rather than putting it through somebody. Anyway, look, I'll search the internet later and find out that everyone was wrong and it's a third thing. It is. If
you rolled a 1, then I would be taking it for sure, because that would be an I wouldn't like move then. Sorry, Alan.
Yeah.
Are you?
Not really.
Yeah. Okay. It is now Zar's turn.
Alrighty, I assume she's still in that room, so I'm going to move to there, and I can just see her, and that's like the limit of my movement, so I'm going to shoot her. Actually, let me have a quick look at my other ones. What have I got left?
Oh no, did you run out of all your spells and didn't get a chance to get them back?
I run out of all my spells. I'm going to attempt to cast going to attempt to cast Cloud of Daggers like directly on her.
It's a 10-foot thing, isn't it?
Nope. 5 foot. 5 foot on each side, centered on a point. So if I do it on her, it should just hit her. There's nobody else in range.
Okay.
So doing it just on her at 3rd level.
I mean, the way that I would read that is... So that's 5 foot from the center of her. You're going to get...
But it's a spot that I choose. I could just choose to do it slightly across to the side where it's only going to hit her.
Okay.
So in a spot where it's only going to hit her.
Yeah.
Do I save?
It has. Hang on.
The target's 1 square, right?
Yep.
No, I mean it says from the center of the square, so it's actually sort of into half the squares surrounding, but it doesn't matter.
There is no save.
There is no save. 16 points of psychic damage.
Does say DC Wisdom?
Yeah, it does say that, but it doesn't have on the actual.
The card it doesn't say it.
On the card, it doesn't say anything about a save. So
weird.
But just be aware, everybody else there right now.
It's weird that it doesn't even offer you a dexterity save. All right, that's super powerful. 16 psychic damage. That's okay. All right, the daggers just go. It is now Rogar's turn.
Okay. Is what's his face alive? I'm going to move to here.
He is dead.
Dead. Shit, I can't fix that. I was going to lay on hands or cast a heal spell on him to try and keep him alive, but if he's dead, I don't have the raisings or anything like that. Then I will hit her twice.
Who's a drunk twat? What do we need to raise him for?
Okay, go ahead.
Because I'm a nice person, I want to save everyone. Not for any rational reason. Okay. And let me just check to make sure I've got it available still.
You used your smite.
Yeah, where is that? What's that under? No, I used Sacred Weapon. That chews up the channel divinity.
Okay.
But the smite, that I can do a number of times. Oh, that uses a spell slot. That's right.
Yeah.
So what spell slots have I got? I've got a couple of first level spells left.
Okay.
Only 2, but I'll burn one of those slots to add a smite to this first attack. And the first attack coming through to the thingy now. Oh,
is that
the reels?
Is that a? Oh, Rogar.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
So the way that I believe smite works is that you can choose to use it after landing a hit. So I assume that you're not going to use
that is
smite.
Correct.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you're not going to use
This is probably not the attack to use it on.
Yeah. Can you roll me another? Can you roll me another to hit, please?
You want me to see if I swung through and hit Warden instead?
Warden.
Fine. Sorry, Warden.
Wailed on the drunk body.
Wail on the drunk body.
So another normal hit roll.
I love that you're one.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, Warden. Ow.
Sorry, Warden.
Yeah. No, so you do hit Warden, but you hit him with the original 9, not with that 12.
Mm.
Okay, alright. That's...
Still not good for Warden. Let's just... So how much is he taking? Another 9?
Yeah.
Warden is now on 5 hit points, everybody.
Yeah, he goes...
What did I do? What's the badge?
Why do you people keep hitting me?
And just as I go off balance, and my hammer is about to connect Warden, I pull back the divine smiting energy from the hammer.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it connects with Warden. He goes crunch. Sorry.
Okay,
Warden.
so you can roll to attack again.
Second attack. This will hopefully go a bit better. This, if it connects with her, I will do a divine smite. Normal roll. 19 to hit. That's not
19
great.
will hit. And you do 6 points of bludgeoning.
Okay.
That's a low damage roll for you, I think.
That's low damage roll. It is. That's very poor. I cannot find freaking divine smite on my character sheet.
You add 1d8. It's 1d8 per level. It's 1d8 per level, or an
1d8 per level, is it?
And then it adds an extra d8 per. It adds an extra d8.
Oh, there it is. Found it. Oh no, I don't just want to send it. I want to roll.
Oh, it's 2d8. Sorry.
2d8 for first level, and it's got a little symbol next to it. There we go. An extra 10.
Yeah. 10. So...
Wait, what?
Yeah, she goes down onto one knee, feeling it, and now it's Alwyn's turn.
So, Alan just, in good fashion, shoots her.
Gonna hit her with some subdual arrows.
We're trying to knock her out, are we?
Shoot her in the legs so she can't run through a stupid door anymore.
I've never played with a group of people more intent on capturing people.
I want to
Yeah, I
kill her.
don't get it either.
Well, you can't get dead people to talk very easily unless you got the right spells.
Okay.
So, Alan, how do you want her to die?
Arrow through the eye socket.
Let's go with the arrow goes through her chest, flings her back into the wall behind her, and pins her to the wall.
Okay. That happens, and everybody takes a moment as she she should be dead. Her head starts going like this, trying to move through the arrow, and she goes,
You want to save her? You save her, Jamie.
"You have messed with the wrong dragon." And then from her feet upwards, she sort of, like, almost in a Avengers way, turns into smoke and just disappears.
Am I still able to catch her shadow, Brian?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. You all take a moment and realise that that's where we're going to leave it for this session. Okay, guys, thank you very much. That was an awesome stream.
Thank you.
Thanks very much to everybody in the stream who was watching.
Why do you want to look like her?
Have a great...
if you read it as well, I get
guys,
enough
let me do my
information
outro.
to pass myself off as her, so I
me do my
can
outro,
actually
guys.
get some information from it.
Alright, guys, thanks very much for watching the stream, and remember, be awesome to each other, and don't forget to be yourself.